It's like, so I made the tier list for fun. Basic here. So I'll start recording. So I asked chat to send me their confessions. This is the first time I've ever done confessions, and I'm like, chat, send me your confessions and I will read them out on my 5-year streaming anniversary. So we're not playing it tonight. So I asked chat for confessions, and I wanted to tier list them depending on like the severity of the confession. Like, if you're going into the timeout chair, if you, I like say, are you okay? If I just give you a little slap on the wrist, if it was an innocent confession, if it was something wholesome or something like, where I'm just like super confused. And then, yeah, timeout in hell. If it's like super bad, like, nope, there's no redeeming you from something like that. So that's kind of how I want to do it. I want to try and do it and see if it'll work. If not, I'll just like read the confessions. And I did put that if people want their names read out, then I will read their names. Otherwise, it just stays as anonymous, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, so some of these are anonymous and some of these are just like that. So how am I gonna do this? Let's see. I think the way I'm gonna do this will be, let me see. I don't want that overpowering me. So the music is going to be very, very quiet, chat. It should not be noticeable. Okay. So I just want to see if I do it like this. And then if I can do, let's see. This might take a little while. Yeah, and then I would put like test, or I would put like, I think this will work out just fine. Okay, I think this will work out just fine. Well, now I'm stuck with this. All right, so test is just gonna go in the whatever. It's fine. It's whatever. Okay, let's start the chat confessions. Okay, let's see what you guys submitted. I'm slightly terrified of what y'all have in store for me. I'll be so for real. Okay, so number 1 is from someone named Balloon Boy. I'm not gonna like put it up on screen. I mean, I could put it up on screen so that y'all could read it. Mods, what do we think? Do we want to do that, or just have me read it out loud? It might be better to like put it up on screen. Maybe. I can have my editor censor it out if I end up making this a video. On screen should be fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It should be fine. Okay. So then if I do it like that, and then there we go. And then we can do it like this. We'll make them big. Do it like this. So then you guys can really see it. Okay, so if I do it like this, I'm testing this out here. We're gonna test this out. So if I can do it like this, and then I go like that. Oh yeah, we want to make it a little bigger. Like that. And then I can do it like that. Yeah, okay, that should be good. That should be good. Okay. All right, let's dive in. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, so if it's scuffed, apologies. But I think it adds to the fun if it's a little scuffed. So we'll read them all out and then I'll tier list them. All right. So once as a kid, I found a couple of balloons inside my parents' bedroom. They were funny and came in small square packaging. Oh! Oh no. We're starting out so strong. And I got super big when I filled them with water. Despite my attempts, I was never able to make a proper balloon dog with it because it was kind of slippery. I realized you explained that they were actually child prevention balloons. It's funny. I think that's it seems dirty, but I think that's like a pretty innocent confession. I think that's pretty innocent, honestly. If I had to look at like the options, I don't know if I'd call that wholesome. I don't know if I'd name that wholesome. I'd probably put that as like innocent confession. Like it's like it was like a silly story, you know. I probably put it there. Condom balloon animals. What a wild first submission. Thank you for that one, I guess. Oh wait, I need to change my my category real quick here. Mods, can you also ping in the Discord that we're starting the stream confessions? Please and thank you. Okay. Let's see. Next one. Okay. This one is from Anonymous. Growing up, I sucked at English, being ESL and all, mostly due to undiagnosed ADHD and lack of support with bullying sprinkled in the middle. You know the drill. I usually got between 40 and 60% my English exams during middle school. Damn, that sucks. However, I really liked reading, and at some point I ran out of books to read. And then I ran out of fanfics in my language to read. I couldn't survive the thought of having to be spiritually present during classes throughout high school. Figuring out that I needed to do something about this to keep me sane, I grabbed my newly acquired Galaxy Pocket Duo with its awesome 3 gigabytes of storage. Good to open 2 tabs of Google Chrome before it started choking and dying, as well as its 2.8-inch screen that was perfect for reading. What is this descriptive? Like, this is being very descriptive. What the heck? It's awesome. Armed with this, internet access, and some cute ff.net story, Final Fantasy. Oh, through about found families and happy endings, I pressed the translate button and began reading until I reached my biggest enemy, the slow internet. Much slower than my horrifying reading speed at the time. I have no patience for such slowness, and despite my frankly lacking English reading skills, I began to try to read while I waited for it to translate. As time went on, I noticed I started reading faster and faster, and eventually I was reading everything before the page even finished translating. Somehow, I learned how to read and write in English by trying to brute force my way through Undertale fanfiction. Undertale fanfiction helped you learn English. Wait, that's funny. That's funny. I'm now an English teacher engaged to someone from the United States, all because I couldn't deal with waiting for my translated page to load. That's fucking awesome. You couldn't wait for your fanfiction to be loaded in, so you forced yourself to read, and now you're an English teacher. That's awesome. I would say that's a wholesome confession. That is 1000% wholesome. That's so fucking funny. That's awesome. All right. I hear the Iron-Blooded Orphans theme here. Let's go. All right. That is wholesome AF. All right, that is an innocent confession. I won't like rank them. I'll just throw them into the tier list. Like I won't do like high A or low A or anything like that. That'll just get too confusing. Thank you for that submission. Very wonderful. Okay. This is from Continue 3. All right, and they say, I know way too much about certain video games that I have never / barely played. Example, Repo, FNAF, etc. Not because I don't want to, I just usually don't have the proper platform to play them on. With FNAF, I'm just very bad with jump scares, but then a new game gets popular, my autism activates, and now I know too much lore. Anyways, happy 5 years. Okay, that's pretty wholesome too. Like you just obsess and learn about video games even when you don't play them. All right, without playing them. All right, save that. Let's do that. Yo, Chrisania, thank you for the 5. Holy shit, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's so kind. Vulpixie Crazy's in the chat. We've had like 3 wholesome confessions so far. We've had three wholesome confessions. I just wonder when it starts to go downhill. That's my question. But yeah, Vulpixie Crazy's in the chat for the gifties. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, next one. It's from Anonymous. One day in a physics class, we were doing a lesson on electrons. We were given a bunch of different materials to see which materials give and take electrons. And one of them was a patch of bunny fur. It was super soft and fluffy, and I kind of wanted to take it for myself. Two, as the lesson was, lesson was ending, I just put it into my bag and hoped no one would notice a missing bunny fur. No one noticed, and I still have it to this day. You stole! How dare you! Naughty, naughty. I think that deserves a little slap on the wrist. I think that's a little slap on the wrist. You stole something. That's slap on the wrist worthy. Stole bunny fur. It's not completely egregious, but it's still worthy of a little slap. Methinks. This is my tier list. If you don't agree with my tier list, well, F you. It's my opinions. Why did only half of that get caught? Whatever. It's fine. It's whatever. All right. This is from some person, 1234. I accidentally spent $600 on Pokemon cards because I was fishing for the Umbreon. I didn't get it. I'm going to buy more. Bad. Naughty bad. You know, that's so much money. Yeah, that's an are you okay moment. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, naughty. When you don't spend that much money. $600 on Pokemon cards for Umbreon. It's not going to be worth it at that point. It's not going to be worth it. If you keep buying, you're wasting your money. You're only going to make like a minuscule profit at that point. What's the point? What's the point, man? Don't waste your money on Pokemon cards. Go waste it on better things, like, I don't know. Yeah, this is an are you okay moment. For real. Here, wait, hang on. I'm gonna adjust this just ever so slightly. Here. I'll do it like that, and then I can raise that up. Here. There we go. Now it's a little easier to see. I hope. Yeah, it's a little easier to see. Bad. Naughty, naughty. All right, this is Tyler G18. I'm a college student now, but back in high school, after my ex cheated on me with my best friend, I got really mad. That sucks. I'm sorry, bro. And someone came up to me and started talking crap about me, and I told him to stop, but he didn't listen. So I told him to stop again, but he just kept talking crap about me. I got really mad and lost my temper and ended up shoving him right up against the locker and threatened him to get him to stop. I've never hurt anyone before, and I don't like causing him harm unless I have to. He just really upset me. I wanted him to feel the pain that I felt. You know what? You were defending yourself. You wouldn't fuck around and found out. Actually, we're gonna move some of these around. We're gonna put the Undertale learning English as wholesome. We'll put that in like the wholesome. That's like definitely wholesome. But this one, I would say this is an innocent confession. You know, the guy wouldn't leave you alone. He fuck around and found out. Slamming kid into locker for self-defense, I will say. That's how we're gonna label this. Because yeah, if someone like keeps bugging you after you've asked them to stop politely, sometimes you need to do what no one else will do. So I think that's fine. Put the confession in the locker, dear. No. Why is it doing that? Yo, Death Hunter, thank you for the brand new sub. Thank you. Why is it not? It's not like saving it as I want to. It's being weird about it. Let me try it again. Oh, I think it's like how this thing is. Yeah. It's how this is. I would say innocent confession for that. Slamming a kid's head into the locker. You know, they fucked around and they found out what for. So that's understandable. Okay, this is from Anon. Okay, so I'd rather hear everyone's thought on this. So I connected with this girl on a dating app, but we spent probably around a month and a half vibing and learning about each other. We would joke around and started to plan a date coming up. One day after a Friday work shift for me, she mentioned that she was working a late shift at Subway. We never met before, but we both were a bit nervous and shy about meeting, and I thought, Giving her company at work would help break the ice for when we actually met and hung out. Well, I was wrong because she texted her sister to join her to work after we chatted for some time at her job. And later I was blocked and got a rude text from her sister saying, I need serious mental help, to think that was okay to do without notice. Oh, saying that the guy needs serious mental help, to think that was okay to do without notice. Was I in the wrong? Or like, I understand, but I also don't want to feel like I was given a chance. I think, I don't know. I don't know if that's in my place to like give advice. I think what you were trying to do was innocent enough. Maybe it just came across the wrong way. Doesn't warrant the behavior given to you, and I'm sorry that that happened to you. I would say this is pretty innocent. Nothing you did wrong, but it still kind of sucks that it happened. I'll just put no second date. Smiley face or sad face, not smiley face. Just so I know how I can label it. But yeah, it's like a mix of a whole bunch of different things, but try not to worry about it too much. There'll always be other chances. You know what they say, there are plenty of fish in the sea, all that jazz. So don't stress too hard. Why is it cutting off my answers? What the fuck ever. It keeps like cutting it off. Maybe I have to like cut closer. I'll try that next time. It's just being weird about it. All right. This is from Trash. I grew up around and watching video games, but never playing video games. This is because I was scared of various things in them, and the anxiety of it got so bad I legit couldn't bring myself to play it. Game has enemies, can't, too scary. Game has farming, scared of killing the crops. Games give me control of anything, too scary. I have a funny memory of trying to force myself to play Wind Waker HD when it first came out, and I was so proud that I got myself to the sister kidnap scene, but then you have to go into the forest, I took one step and I quit. Angel also one time at her sleepover had me take over Splatoon 1 for her, and I was nearly sobbing because I didn't want to let her down, but playing against real Peppa was so scary. I basically just rolled around and ran away from people with the Kraken roller. I turfed enough to win the game though, so basically I didn't really become a true gamer until Pixie got me to pick up Splatoon 2 back in 2020. Being scared of farming because of killing the crops. That's wild. That's funny. That's an innocent confession though. That's nothing to slap the... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the "Are you okay?" That's an "Are you okay?" moment. Scared of everything in game. That's like an "Are you okay?" moment for me. All right, let's see if it'll save properly this time. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, who knows if it'll save properly or show properly. Okay, so it does just have to be like an actual square. We'll just put that in the "Are you okay?" moment. But thank you, Trash, for submitting that. All right. This is Lucario Kid on Discord. I have consciously peed on a mattress twice at the same time, shared room with my sister. Huh? That's a timeout chair. That's bad. That's naughty. No. You get a timeout chair. That's not timeout from hell worthy, but that's timeout chair worthy. Bad. Actually, it might warrant timeout in hell because you consciously did it. It might warrant timeout from hell because you consciously did it. It's like, no, that's not hell worthy. Peed on bed on purpose. I think that's just a regular timeout. To the timeout chair with you, pee boy. How dare, what the fuck is wrong? You're like the fucking kid from Home Alone that pees in the bed and likes it or some shit. There's some word. There's some word for it. There's some word. It's like a peomaniac or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's, you know what? No, that's timeout from hell. You consciously wanted to pee on the bed twice. It's not even once. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, you know what? You're going timeout from hell. Peeing on the bed on purpose ×2. That's timeout worthy. But thank you for your confession. I appreciate the fact that you shared your name too. It's the fact that you shared your name. All right, Ariana Rosebed. I think you're hot. I'm a lesbian. Hang on. Hang on. I gotta tweet that. That's funny as fuck. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just going well. I'm flattered that you think that. I'm very flattered that you think that. I'm just no, not Yuri. I have a boyfriend. I think I don't know what to categorize this as. I think this is a slap your wrist, like bad naughty. It's not timeout share worthy, but I'm gonna is she wrong? No, I mean, I think I'm pretty cute, but still, that's naughty. A slap on the wrist, because I don't want to say, "Are you okay?" Because that's too mean. I do. Stop! I don't have wrist. Listening. Okay, here, wait. Here, I'll put chatter thinks I'm hot. That's it. Chatter thinks I'm hot, and I'll do like a little slap on the wrist. It's not completely egregious, not timeout chair worthy, but it's something. Okay, well, the slaps your wrist. There you go. Is your boy Pixie thinks I has a wrist? Oh, of course he does. That's why we're together. Holy fuck. That caught me so off guard. That caught me so off guard. Someone tried to make balloon animals as a kid with a condom. All right. Let's see. This one is from Zormego. I like my steak cooked well done. Anything below that, even with the supposedly godlike medium rare, it's like chewing gum in every bad way. It loses its flavor in about 5 seconds. I'm stuck chewing on it like a dog for at least 3 minutes. It's just generally hyped up way beyond what it's actually worth. On a totally unrelated note, everyone in my family thinks I'm insane. You know what? That's a pretty instant hell, really? I don't think that's instant hell. I mean, I disagree that I like medium rare more than well done, but that's not hell worthy. I gotta be like honest here, chat. Like, that's a pretty innocent confession, you know? Like, for me personally, you're just sharing your opinion, but also you're gonna go to hell because you think that well done steak is better than medium rare. Chatter thinks well done is better than medium rare. You're going to hell for that one. To hell with you, chatter. How dare you think that it's better? All right. Sorry, if like a counter argument, you get something that's well done, it's dry as fuck, and you gotta layer it with so many different kinds of sauces. It's awful. You belong in you enjoy your time in hell. I said, and just I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there, chat. Like, we're doing these confessions and putting them in tier lists. Like, it's all in good fun. Like, I'm not actually upset or mad or anything. Like, it's all in good fun. Like, just remember that, please. We're here to laugh and have a good time, okay? I just want to throw that out there. We're not here to like dogpile on people or be mean or anything. We're just here to have fun with each other, okay? So I'll also put that disclaimer out there. If you put a confession up here and we all laugh at you, like, you do it at your own risk. But again, we're doing it to have fun, and we're not here to like dogpile or anything like that. This one says, I used to wear girls' clothes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a pretty innocent confession. You're allowed to wear whatever you want. You're allowed to try different things. I think that's pretty innocent. That's so true. That's very true. The fuck kind of song is playing in my ears right now? I don't like it. The duality of confessions. Yeah. I peed consciously on my bed. I used to wear girls' clothes. I like my steak well done. All right, here we go. Next one. That was pretty innocent. All right. Highly in DM. I once used someone's phone to do something. I think it was make a call, and I kept their phone. It was a really, really good phone too. I ended up probably calling one of their contacts and getting it back to them, but I hadn't. I felt horrible for 6 months. You kept their phone for 6 months. That's timeout chair worthy. I was gonna say if you kept it for a day or two, maybe that's fine. That's a little slap on the wrist. But no, you kept their phone consciously for 6 months. You're going in the timeout chair. That's naughty. You're not supposed to do that. I just want to do this with chat, and this is just me and chat hangout time, and then I have time with Boy Pixie to myself. He has other things that he's doing too. All right, but yeah, you are going to the timeout chair for that one. Kept phone for 6 phones. Okay, well, kept phone for 6 phones. Kept phone for 6 months. Same fucking difference. I'm not going back and changing it. I'm not going back and changing it. It's fine. All right, this is from Midnight Reaper. I secretly eat sweets that my sister used to bake. I have a big sweet tooth. That's pretty innocent. You eat your sweets. That's pretty innocent. I'm gonna put that in the innocent one. Secretly eats sweets. That's a pretty innocent confession. Oops. All right. Adding this to the tier list. Yo, thank you, Sephiroth, for the prime. Thank you. Sephiroth. All right. That is innocent confession. And then next one. These are good so far. You guys are really bringing it. All right. This one is Indie Sisive. When I first created my YouTube channel, my original name was Lord Awesome because I definitely wasn't an incredibly egotistical 11-year-old. And that's pretty innocent too. That's an innocent one. I'll just put Lord Awesome as the text box. Wait, what? Did I mess up? Did I mess up? I secretly eat sweets that my sister used to bake. Oh, I think it like. Is it stealing? Did I read it wrong? Well, if you're stealing sweets from your sister that they bake because you wanted to hide that you have a big sweet tooth, then that's naughty. That's naughty. Where is it? I'm changing this. We're gonna change. We're gonna secretly eat sweets. You're going to the timeout chair for stealing things. That's naughty. That's bad. You don't steal. Lord Awesome, you're innocent. You're innocent here. Now you're upgraded punishment to the timeout chair with you. Yeah, it was worded a little strangely. That's how I interpreted it. Like they secretly like ate sweets their sister made. Mods, I think we have more confessions coming through, so just keep reading the confessions and like filtering out if they're appropriate or not for stream. Okay, so we did that one. Okay, this is from Anonymous. When I was in elementary school, I used to go to an after-school center that had a Nintendo 64 for all the students to play on. One day, I was the very last one to leave, so I took the console at Pokemon Stadium home in my backpack. I told my parents I had won it because of good behavior. The staff never found out it was me. It kind of worked out, though, because they replaced it with a PS2. Stop. Chat, you gotta stop. Chat, you have got to stop stealing stuff. You've got to keep your grubby little paws to yourselves. Stop stealing things. You're going to hell. Timeout chair from hell for you. Timeout in hell for you. That's bad. That's naughty. How could you stole N64 from school program? That's bad. That is timeout worthy. That's awesome. You didn't get caught. You basically got a free N64, but still, that's bad. I didn't say that. You're going to timeout. Timeout in hell for you. That's naughty. That's naughty. That's naughty to steal an N64 from everybody. Bad chatter, bad. Can't believe this. You guys are naughty little motherfuckers. I didn't know so many of you guys were thieves. That surprises me. All right, this is from WhiskKid. In high school, I had a friend who was a nationally ranked Call of Duty player. That's true, Jubilaine. Thank you, B French, for the resub for a year now. Now you got a gold little pixie badge. Thank you. Happy 1 year. All right. In high school, I had a friend who was a nationally ranked Call of Duty player. She let me try playing on her account one day so I could see what it was like. Unfortunately, it turns out I am just so naturally, unbelievably dog shit at FPS games, and within 60 seconds, I had tanked her score. Like, tanked it so hard that she had to spend an entire week fixing it. I don't even know how I did that. Okay, though, she got revenge by making me play FNAF and not telling me that the animatronics can skip rooms starting at level 4. I jump scared myself so hard that I screamed and literally fell off the chair and onto the floor. Excellent experience, 10 out of 10. We'll never play FNAF again. And I hope you're doing well out there. Thanks for your amazing friendship. And I'm so sorry for fucking up your God rank. That's, you know what? That's a pretty innocent confession. They were able to fix it. You know what? You didn't mean to, you didn't like purposefully tank her score, so it's not like slap on the wrist worthy. So I think it's innocent. I think it's innocent enough. All right. That goes right in there. A lot of these are pretty innocent. Some of you guys are surprising me, though, with your answers. So let's keep going. I want to keep reading. All right, this is from Raven. When I was around 10 to 12 years old, I got a remote control helicopter for my birthday, and I couldn't wait to fly it, but it was windy. It was too windy outside, so I decided it couldn't hurt to fly it inside despite me being told not to. Long story short, I got my helicopter stuck in my little sister's hair, and instead of telling my parents, I decided to give her a haircut! You cut your sister's hair off? Oh my gosh! That's evil sibling behavior. Oh my gosh. Now, is that, in chat, is that hell worthy or is that timeout chair worthy? I think that's just like regular sibling behavior and that's timeout worthy. It's not as bad as like peeing in the bed on purpose or stealing an N64. I think it's just regular timeout chair worthy and you were a child. I think that's just regular timeout chair. The parents did tell you to not fly the thing inside, but kids never listen. I think it's just regular timeout chair worthy, but also that's so fucked up. God, it's just... because toy got stuck. That's pretty wild. That was a good one. Chat, you guys are surprising me. You guys are funny little fuckers. Funny and naughty and everything in between. There we go. That's timeout share worthy. What did you miss? Someone peed in the bed consciously. It was bad. It was not great to hear. Okay. And this is from Howie Sona. I think I'm trans, but I haven't had the courage to tell any of my family members. I know they'd be supportive as they'd supported my other family members who are trans, but I have a hard time going that extra step. I keep thinking I'm overthinking it and that I don't have dysphoria, so I can't possibly be trans. I cannot speak on... I think this is a very innocent confession. Sometimes people have a lot of things that they just need to get off their chest. But yeah, this is wholesome. If you need any kind of help or talking about anything like that, you can talk to anybody you can talk to a lot of my mod members. They are trans themselves. I can't speak on that because I am a cis white female and all I want you to know is that you have to just follow your heart, and I know that like deep down, like you know who you are and what you want to be. And like Cam said, you don't have to have dysphoria to be trans. Euphoria is the thing and trans joy is so valid. Exactly. I 100% agree with that. I hope one day you do have the courage to talk to your family members about that, about what you're feeling and what you want to do. Trans rights are human rights. And I'm very happy that you're, looking into that part of yourself and making that choice for yourself, and follow your heart. Like I said, if you need any resources or anything, please talk to the mods. And that goes for anybody in chat. Mods are very, very well-versed on that stuff. I'm not super well-versed because I'm not a member of the LGBTQ community. I'm just the biggest ally. But yeah, you are very loved and valid and supported. So that is a 1000% wholesome. That is 1000% wholesome. We're just going to do... I know exactly what to make this. We're just going to call this the trans rights square. All right. And thank you for sharing that. That can sometimes be scary to like share things like that. But I thank you for sharing that. That is a wholesome confession. Thank you. Okay. Yes, I'm biggest ally. I love and support everybody. I always get worried talking about, like, if this is just me being vulnerable. I always worry that I like will say the wrong thing, or I'm not like speaking on it enough, or like I say the wrong thing. But I think just like talking about it is like the best that I can do. And if I have questions, I can always get educated and stuff. But I always do my best to like make people feel welcome here, no matter who they love or what they want to be, all that kind of stuff. I just don't want to like say the wrong thing accidentally. That's a fear, but it's better to speak out than not speak out. Anyway, moving on. This is from Ome. I've been finding myself attracted and fawning over any conventionally attractive man and can't stop romantically thinking about them, holding their hands. Cave Don's the works. Forgive me for I have sinned. You're so valid. You're so valid and real for that, because I do that too. Oh, there are definitely characters. I have a very loving boyfriend and I love him, but there are definitely anime characters that I think about that. There are a lot of things that I think about. You have been validated, validated, yes. Shut the fuck up, Hershey! Fuck off! That's not me! Fuck off! But I would write something like that. I think that's like a slap on the wrist, like, you naughty. Naughty, naughty! Anime attraction and kabedons and kissing. We'll make the I think that's like affectionately slap on the wrist worthy, like, hey, you naughty thing, you. Where's the thing? Here we go. So based and valid and true and real. Actually, you know what? That's not even, you know what? I'm going to call that wholesome, because you're allowing yourself to indulge and enjoy the finer things in life. That, you know what? It's not slap on the wrist worthy. It's not are you okay worthy. It's wholesome. I'm changing my mind. That is a wholesome confession. I appreciate you for sharing that. Holy shit, this is long. Okay, let's see. All right, from Ninja Sylveon. In 8th grade, I decided I was going to try out for my high school's color guard. Hey, marching band kid. At the time, I loved and was in a lot of dance classes. Those thought spinning flag looked cool, and my mom was guard captain back in her day, so she had already taught me a few things, giving me a bit of pressure to follow in her path. I ended up making the team, but ended up soon discovering that it was more of an in-group situation where unless you fit into the exact mold of the kind of person the instructors and other students like, you can and will be bullied by both the teachers and your peers. That's awful. Naturally, the Pokemon video game and book-loving nerd I was and still am, who didn't dress traditionally feminine and wasn't supermodel skitty, ended up being a prime target for a lot of bullying, including stealing my equipment, insulting me through a megaphone in a stadium, hiding my water bottle before practice. It was done in the heat of summer, and multiple people had already passed out the day. Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. Dude, that's so awful. Making sure I wasn't told important information so I would get in more trouble, along with the classic insults and exclusion. Needless to say, the year and people absolutely sucked, and I kind of wanted to do something about it. Normally at the end of the season, fall semester, we would have to return all of our flags and flagpoles since we didn't actually own them. They got used every year because we had very few of the flag with our school logo on it due to several being damaged over time. However, for the first time in decades, the school decided to have a winter guard group that would compete in the off season. Because of this, we were allowed to take our flags home for a few more weeks to prep for tryouts if we were planning on trying out. I was absolutely not going to do this, but I noticed they didn't have a good way to track who took what flags or who was trying out. So one day after class let out, I ended up going to the guard room and stealing one of my 6-foot flagpoles and a nice one of the school logo flags and took it home with me without planning to return it as a trade for how I was treated. I still have it in my room back home and occasionally busted out to spin it, as it is fun to do without all the bullying. Still, I feel bad about the story and stealing something every once in a while. You know what? For what you went through as like kind of like a revenge story, I think that's like honestly valid. And that's disgusting that you were treated that way. I'm sorry that you were treated that way. High school can be like brutal and disgusting, and girls can be mean. And for what reason and why? I would say that for me is an innocent confession. You know what? You're fine. You're valid and fair. You're valid and fair. Stole from color guard bullies. I was in marching band and I had friends that were in the color guard. And I don't know. I would like to think that nothing like that went on behind the scenes. I know like with my clarinet group and stuff, like we were all pretty inclusive with each other. Like we didn't really hang out with the other sections just because we were off like practicing and doing our own thing. So I was very lucky I didn't have to go through something like that, but it sucks that you had to do something like that. So that is going to go into an innocent confession because you were bullied. You didn't deserve it. They were bitches, and I hope they have hot pillows when they sleep at night. I'm just saying. Hang on one second. I'm just replying to something real quick. Yo, Catapatches, thank you for the resub. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Next submission is from Archon Drake. Elementary school, me and this other kid decided to trade Pokemon games for the weekend. He got my Fire Red and I got his Ruby. Notably, the level curve in those games are very different. When I opened the game to see his Pokemon were low 40s, I thought he was just playing the game wrong and reset his save file. Uh-oh. Only after I did that, I realized how much of a bad decision I had made, not because of the fact I deleted it. No, not right this second. Only after I did that, I realized how much of it, not because I deleted, because I couldn't remember what starter he picked. So he's like, oh, it wasn't a bad decision. I deleted it. It's a bad decision because I can't remember the starter he picked. Needless to say, when the next week came, he was angry and almost broke my Game Boy Advance. And that's how I lost my first friendship, because 7-year-old me did not understand trust and level curves. That is timeout chair worthy. You don't delete someone's save data like that. That's naughty. Bad. You're going to the timeout chair. I don't even have to think about it. To the timeout chair with you. Naughty. All right, next one. Don't delete save data, chat. All right. In the, I think it was 3rd or 4th grade, I had a crush on a girl who always wore an Undertale hoodie to school. So I learned to play Megalovania on the recorder. When I gave my awe-inspiring performance, she literally told me, ew, and then never wore an Undertale hoodie to school again! That's so sad! That's so sad. What the fuck? I'm gonna put that in the "Are you okay" section for sure. I learned Undertale and it got dumped hard. That's so sad. You just want to impress a girl and she's like, ew. Oh, that's definitely an "Are you okay" moment. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Undertale on the recorder is awesome. Don't let anybody tell you differently. I'm proud that you did that. All right, this one is from X14K. I don't have any good friendships. I stay online a lot to ignore my problems. The first time I felt included in anything was when I joined Discord. Meeting people with the same interests as me and get the vibe was one of the best things to happen to me. If you read this, Pixie, I just want you to know I've never felt more happy than when your channel gave me joy. Oh, wait, I'm gonna cry. I always have happiness in your Discord server, and when I'm watching you, I learn a valuable lesson during this time, and everyone should know it too. If you ever feel like giving up over time, things will get better. There will be a time in your life you feel at home and happy. Pixie, keep doing what you're doing. That's wholesome as fuck. What the hell, man? Found home in Vulpixie community. That's so wholesome, man. What the fuck? That's so sweet. That's so sweet. What, are you kidding me? You gotta be shitting and kidding. Hearts in the chat for that one, please. Please. That is wholesome AF. Oh my Atlanta. I can't, man. This is from Brett Nephew. I'm scared of my mom knowing that I watch VTubers. I don't live with her. I have no clue if she knows what they are, but there are many that are not family friendly, but there are also many that are. But the main reason I'm scared is because she still thinks even after 7 years all anime is porn. I don't think VTubers will help me prove that they're not. That's a that touches on a that's like an innocent confession, I think. Nothing wrong with watching VTubers. Hold on. I used to be very afraid of like the same thing, like my mom would like judge me or stuff like based on like the stuff that I watched or anything. After a certain point in time when you get to grow old, and maybe this is like the wrong piece of advice to give, but honestly, when like the older you get, you couldn't, like me being 30 years old, I could give two shits about what people think about my likes and my interests. I don't care if you think it's cool to like something or not. I'm like, oh, you like watching the anime cartoon shit? Yeah, I do. And what are you gonna do? Oh, shut the fuck up. oh my gosh, you like that anime shit? You like that? Yeah. So what's the matter to you? I think it's weird. Great. I don't think it's weird. I'm gonna keep watching it. Bye. After some point, you just can't like care what other people think, or like if you like, you don't have to tell your mom that you watch VTubers if you're afraid that she's gonna judge you. You know, don't worry about that. You just keep it to yourself. Like it's not something you have to reveal to the world. If you do end up telling her one day and she judges you, then just say, well, fuck you, I'm gonna keep watching them. Thanks for sharing your opinion when I didn't ask for it, or whatever. You know, if she thinks all anime is porn and she's not willing to give it a try, or like show her my stuff. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm just an anime girl on the internet that plays video games, you know. But like, you know, if she loves you and she's willing to give it a try, then that's one thing. If she's gonna be judgmental about it, then it's not worth your trouble. Love what you love and don't let anybody else stop you. But that was a pretty innocent confession. That was pretty wholesome. It was pretty wholesome, I would say. Okay. This was from Azure Dart Frog. This is an embarrassing story. I don't think I'm ever going to live it down. Oh, get your popcorn. Senior sunrise is a thing my high school does. It's an event where all the seniors get together at the school on the first day of school and watch the sunrise together. Oh, that's cute. It's like a team building. After an hour of waiting, our class advisor wanted to take a group picture in front of the sun. They had set up the event as a sort of make new friends kind of thing. I didn't get along with about 80% of my graduating class because I've been bullied a lot over the years. So I thought pushing for a bonding activity was kind of pointless. I also knew that at that point I realized most of us weren't going to make a new friend groups because we were already in them. I wanted to make fun of how I felt about the message they tried to put in the event. So when it was time to post for the picture before they could say anything about cheese, I shouted, "Everyone say bondage." At this point in my life, I was fairly unexposed to the internet, only having a phone for about a month. I didn't know bondage had different meanings from bondage. Oh no! I was confused when half my class turned and looked at me in horror. I think it was the last person they expected to say something explicit, especially in public. My twin came up to me and asked me what I thought bondage meant. I said something like connecting stuff of like a seatbelt. That certainly is one way. Oh, they introduced me to Urban Dictionary, exposed me to my mistake, and spent the rest of the weeks unable to make eye contact with my classmates. Oh my gosh. Oh, that reminds me here, chat, while I write bondage, and I think this is just like a slap on the wrist, and I think that's like a not you could I don't know, is that slap on the wrist worthy, or that's in I feel like that's innocent too, but like innocence was your downfall. So true. I don't know, I think that's an innocent. I'm gonna put bondage in the innocent confession. Bondage without knowing. I think that you know what, I think that's pretty innocent. With knowing the context of it, it's a pretty innocent confession. You didn't know what you were talking about, but also, oh my gosh. Yo, Dream Puppeteer, thank you for the tier 1. That's what I'm saying. Your innocence was lost after that one. Your innocence is far gone from that one. Oh man. I think that's a pretty innocent confession because you didn't know what you're talking about. But that reminds me, when I was in marching band, we always sat in the back of the bus and we were talking something or other about like orgasms. And I didn't know what that was. I thought it was like organs or something. So we had stopped at the rest stop for a break. And then as we were walking back to the bus, there was like a whole group of kids walking around us. And I said this out loud. "Hey friend, what's an orgasm?" Like out in front of everybody. And my friend's like, "No, don't say that out loud." They're like, no, come to the back. They're like, "I will tell you what it means. Just don't say it out loud." Oops. I was like, It really is a classic Pixie moment. Sorry, I'm talking with Lulu about getting some updated clap emotes. Well, now there you go, guys. You have my confession. You have my confession. All right. Krillin. I play a lot of games, but rarely ever finish any of them, and I love watching a lot of different VTubers, but my fave game is Pokemon, but I've not really finished most of the new ones. I like how you talked about liking VTubers when this is a confession about... I'm a little confused. My favorite game is Pokemon, but I have not really finished... So you just haven't finished your games. I think it's a pretty innocent confession, I would say. Don't finish my games. You kind of jump topics around a little bit there, from finishing your games to VTubers to back to finishing games. I appreciate that you watch VTubers. Everybody should watch VTubers, to be honest. Okay. That one is innocent. And it's hard to see. Oops. Here. It's kind of hard to see them, but yeah, that's okay. All right. Let's read the next one. Vixie Bean. I own way too many plushies while being in my 20s, with over 100 in total from a recent photo and tally, including the Vulpixie suit. Hey, base, you bought a Vulpixie. Let's go. As a guy, I've been told this stuff is for kids, but with the help of my friends, I've been able to overcome this and get more. I've also started to make plushies too, to add, though I'm fairly new. I mainly found you from hearing your name was similar to my favorite Pokemon Vulpix, a fist bump. And though I don't make streams, I often enjoy checking in when I can. P.S. I don't know if images are allowed, but here's my most recent pile. Ooh, let's look at the pile. Wait, I'm gonna look at this pile. It's on Blue Sky, so it should be fine. Let's see it. Holy shit! Look at all of these guys! Look at all of them! Holy shit! Here, wait, hang on. I gotta extend this. Oh my gosh, that's so many plushes! That's so many! That's so... Guys, that's so many! There's so many. Look, I see so many Alolan Vulpix plushes. Also, don't let being a guy or a gal or non-binary, don't let that affect like how many plushes you buy. As long as you're happy, then who cares? You should get proper shelving for them. They're all sitting on the floor. I like the big Fuecoco. Look at this Vulpix down here. This Vulpix down here. She's been through some stuff. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? That's pretty innocent. That's a pretty innocent one, I would say. That's pretty innocent. Chat, you know what I'm gonna do? Once people get their Vol plushies, I'm gonna do a room review stream because I want to see Vol plushie in your rooms. I want to see Vol plushie in people's rooms. So I'm gonna do like I review your rooms. Lot of plushies. All right, let's add this one. That one's an innocent one. All right, next one. Next confession. Arifet. I am a furry with ASD, and I'm very much constantly worried about how it affects my perception of things, how I might say things I shouldn't say, or act in ways that might come off as weird or creepy when I didn't intend them that way. I'm a nice person, I try to be at least, but it gnaws at me that I come off as someone to avoid. I feel like I may have done that here too. Come off as too open, forward maybe? I don't know the word for that, but I'd like to apologize for it, and if it hasn't happened yet, perhaps I'd like to apologize in advance. Hey, you can't apologize in advance for something you haven't done. You just gotta embrace who you are. You haven't come off as forward or anything like that. You're just being yourself. That is pretty innocent in my eyes. You know, you just gotta do your, as long as you like are doing your best, you know, you can't worry about what other people, like how other people are gonna perceive you. If they think that you're doing things weird, then that's on them. And if someone tells you like, hey, the way you did that is weird, then maybe just like learn from it. But you just gotta try your best to live your own life. I know it's like so much easier said than done, but yeah, that's a pretty innocent confession. I'm gonna do just furry. Just furry. Okay, and there you guys can see it. It's in the innocent confession box. Yay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like just saying up front, like I have a hard time picking up social cues or seeing if things like make me uncomfortable or all that kind of stuff. So that's very, very smart to do, Banshee. I like that a lot. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Fusion Void game. For context, I live in a small town in Canada. I always carry a pocket knife with me, and my school allows us to bring them. But one time on a field trip to the Saskatchewan Parliament building, one of my classmates accidentally brought their knife in the building. Uh-oh. What are social cues? Like social cues are like people's, it's like picking up when like people verbally or non-verbally say things and how to like act and respond in a situation. It's kind of hard to explain. I would Google if you want like a proper answer. I probably put this as like a slap on the wrist because it's just like bad. Bringing weapons into building, not good. But you weren't doing it to hurt anybody. But that's slap on the wrist worthy. That's definitely slap on the wrist worthy. Like, hey, you gotta be careful with that shit. They have a knife. Oh wait, where's slap? They are very lucky that they didn't get side tackled by Amani. That's so true. Oh yeah, you guys can see I put it in the slap your wrist category right there. Okay. This is BCF. A thing I have been doing for about 8 years is taking pictures of my poop after I use the bathroom for such purpose. I don't know what it's done. The only reason I still do it is because I really like tradition. Yo, what? Wait, are you okay? You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not normal. Don't stop that. That's unsanitary. I think that's a definite, not an R. I think we're gonna put this in multiple categories. That's in an "Are you okay?" and a "Ha" moment. No, you know what? I'm gonna stick to it. Just one per. This is just a "Ha" tier moment. This is just "Ha." This is just a "Ha" moment. Pics of their poop. It's the fact that you've done it for 8 years now. It's the fact that you've done it for 8 years. That's what's selling me. That is a "Ha" to the max right there. I know I have tests there. I can't get rid of it though. It won't let me like get rid of it, so I don't know how to get rid of it. That's a "Ha" moment. Yeah, do you just have like in your phone storage saved up poop? BCF, what the hell, man? I'm sorry. I don't like. I say this with like super, so much love, but that's like a "Ha" moment. That is a definite "Ha" moment. I have a camera. No. Not even a phone. It's with a camera, not with a phone. It's with like a digital camera. You know what? You're going to hell for that one. That's like, you know what? No, you're on it. Okay, now it's time for multiple categories. Huh? And, I can't add multiple to say one. Fuck, it won't let me. I was going to say, huh? Are you okay? And also going to Their poop's on an SD card. Okay, moving on. We can't stick on it too long. What the fuck, though? That is so wild. I would never expect that. I would never expect that. All right, this is from Anonymous. My parents were paying for my college, and I failed 2 quarters in a row, but I didn't tell them I was struggling. Since they have questions as to why I wasn't graduating on time, I've now switched my entire major. You know what? College be rough. But it's also better to be honest, but also college be rough, man. That's like an argument. Oh man, that's tough. What do I want to make that? It's probably I kind like my first instinct was like, are you okay moment, because college is stressful. That's like an are you okay moment, man. Like college is so tough. But it's innocent enough. Okay, here we go. Are you okay? Oh, chat, you guys are fucking killing me with these. These are awesome. Oh, long one. Okay. This one is from Polly's Justice. Back in April 2022, I was on vacation with some family, and an online friend of mine happened to live in the area. We included my friend's sister, who I was also friends with, plans to meet up at a nearby restaurant for dinner. Since I didn't know what she looked like, she sent me a description of what she was wearing so I could find her. When I arrived at the restaurant, I found what looked to be my friend waiting outside, so I naturally went up and said hi to her. Problem was, that person wasn't my friend, but a complete stranger who happened to be wearing a similar outfit. So I mistook a stranger for my friend. Oh well, it happens, but that's not where the story ends. For some reason, this complete stranger kept following me around, kept following me around even after I found my friend and went inside the restaurant. She even sat with us at our table. I asked my friend if she knows this person because it's the only explanation that makes sense in my mind, but she doesn't. So we're all sitting there and it's awkward as hell because the stranger only talked to me for some reason. And most of the time she just laughed really loudly. My friend's sister then notices a sticker on her shirt, which happened to be a sticker that a nearby hospital gives out. The only logical conclusion is that we're sitting right next to an escaped patient who will not leave us alone. My friend's sister then goes and talks to the restaurant staff so he can get away from her. So a waiter comes up to bring us to another table, but stopped the stranger from following us. But that still didn't stop her. She kept asking to join us, and it got to a point where the waiter had to threaten to call security. This restaurant was next to a mall, so she would leave. Security does show up to keep an eye on her, but at this point we're all very uncomfortable, so we asked for our food to go and plan to eat at my friend's apartment. So we get our food, give the waiter the fattest tip of our lives, and book it out of that place as fast as we can to the car. We don't look behind us until we get to the car, but when we do, we see a quick response ambulance and a bunch of firefighters surrounding her. So that's the story of how me mistaking a stranger for my friend resulted in 911 being called. I know I couldn't have possibly predicted how that would have ended up, but I still feel a bit bad at how our first meetup in person went because of my mistake. If you don't believe the story, I'm sure your mods Trash and Angel will back me up since they were the friend and sister in question. What? This happened to Trash and Angel? What? Huh? What? The twist of the century? My mods? What the fuck? The plot twist of the century? This is a mod story? Holy shit. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm yelling too much. I'm sorry. Hang on. Oh, if you remember Diglets, this is them. Ah, I see. Oh my, that's an are you okay moment. That is an are you okay moment. Escaped mental patient. Mayhem. That is an are you okay moment. Holy shit. That is wild. That is insane. That is like actually insane. I can't believe you guys went through something like that. What the fuck? What the hell? What a wild story. Thank you for sharing. That's actually crazy. Actually crazy. How did we get here? Why did we get here? Yeah, stranger danger for real. I was watching an ad. What did I miss? Oh man, it's hard to describe. I don't want to make a new tier. I think that's just an "Are you okay?" moment, genuinely. All right. Anonymous. Look at this. Look at this. This says Anonymous, the coolest person ever after Pixie. Yeah, okay. In 6th grade, I liked a guy, Shay, who had a friend, Charlie, and I had a best friend, Sage, where we all had like every class together, and another friend, Marley, who didn't have any classes except PE with us. Basically, I really liked Shay, but never really talked to him. Then I found out that Charlie liked me from Sage, and I thought Charlie's plan was to use me to get closer to Sage because she's got a lethal face card and personality, while I'm just an honors tryhard. But Shaya liked Sage. So recap, I like Shaya, Charlie likes me, Shaya likes Sage, Marley and Sage don't like anyone. Holy love triangle. Love quadrangle. Marley eventually calls me thinking I like Charlie and admits she likes him, but then that doesn't work out and Charlie leaves the school. Sage likes Shay and he still likes her, so they were close for a while. Then Marley liked Shay and he didn't reciprocate. Fast forward to the 7th grade. Shay now doesn't speak to any of us, likes a girl named Masha, and Marley has a boyfriend. But the knee slapper here is that these 3 girls I really wanted to be friends with hated me in 6th grade because they thought I liked Shay and they thought I liked Charlie. But now we're friends and we all laugh about it now. Not a great question, just some run-of-the-mill middle school drama, but I figured I'd say congrats anyways. That's a pretty, I would say, middle school gossip is a pretty innocent confession on my part for me. Middle school gossip. That was you do need to put more punctuation in there because that was a very long, there was a little bit of punctuation, but there's a lot going on in that. Lot of drama happening, and I'm so glad I don't have to deal with middle school drama no more. Yo, Weird Nathan, thank you for the gifted sub to Killer Cats. Chrisania with the 10. Wait, hello. Wait, are you sure? Are you sure? Holy cow! Vulpy Crazy's in the chat for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. Vulpy Crazies. Vulpy Crazies. Vulpy Crazies. Vulpy Crazies. Dances for the subs. Thank you so much. Yippee! I love Vulpy Crazy. It's such a me emote. I love it. All right, we're gonna go on to the next confession though. Thank you for the middle school drama. All right, Anonymous. I started to think about being a VTuber manager recently, but after seeing all the other talent indies cannibalizing each other, I'm starting to have second thoughts. I'm an avid lover of salt on watermelon, and I dip my french fries in ranch and tartar sauce. What meal you want, it's still superior to ketchup. That is a pretty innocent confession. I would say if you have the dreams to be a VTuber manager, you know, do whatever you want. You know, don't let anybody stop you. Don't let any kind of drama stop you. I'll put salt on watermelon fries with ranch and tartar sauce. That's pretty innocent, I would say. But yeah, don't let any drama or anything stop you from doing the things you want to do. Whoops, I fucked that up. Okay. That's pretty innocent. All right. Ooh, Anonymous. My confession is I kind of like when there's a close-up of someone's mouth, lips in film and TV. I don't know why I like it. I can't properly explain why either. I just do. It's something that I've liked since I was a kid. I lean much more heavily towards mouth close-ups on female characters than male characters, so you really like female lips. Okay. There's also a particular way of framing the close-up that I personally prefer. Lips properly centered in frame, no preference for the front or side on, in focus with nothing else intruding in the frame, no noses, no jawline. This is very specific. I'd sometimes wonder what a person is thinking when they have their mouth the focus of the shot, or when an artist and animator is tasked with drawing such a close-up. Now, there'd be plenty of people out there who wouldn't be open to such an idea, even gross or creeped out by it, and I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't want them to feel stressed out by something. I like that others, something I wouldn't want them to feel stressed out by something I like that others would find weird. Again, it's one of those things that are basically unexplainable. I don't know if I explained this confessional well enough. Thanks for attending my wannabe TED Talk. That's I would say that's pretty innocent, honestly. You just are like, you have a preference for like how lips are like shot in film and stuff. It's not yeah, go off. Like what you like. I think that's pretty innocent, honestly. I like lips and mouth. That'll be the square. Okay. Yo, Jem, thank you for the reason for 8 months. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so kind. All right. That'll go into innocent. Not wholesome, definitely, but that I feel is a very innocent confession. That's a very innocent one. Okay. This is from Haruka. This was back in 2018. I was doing work experience as at an auto collision shop to complete my hours due to my high school requiring a certain amount of work experience hours in order to graduate. And it was my final day at the shop. Everything was going well. Got some great practice at repairing dents. Got to paint some couple cars and etc. Before I left, I had to put back on some wheels to the vehicle. I tightened all of them and torqued them down to factory specifications. However, I stripped a wheel stud pretty badly. By accident. For context, you technically can repair a stripped and damaged thread using a tool called a thread tracer. However, I barely knew any of the tools, and I never knew such a thing as a thread tracer existed because I was still new to the trade at the time. So knowing that I caused significant damage to one of the wheel stud on a customer's vehicle, I decided to not tell anyone about it and left, and to this day, I have no idea what happened afterwards. That's a slap on the wrist worthy, I think. Not completely egregious, but also you broke something potentially in a customer's car and you didn't tell anybody about it. That's slap on the wrist worthy. Bad Haruka. Broke customer car part. Chat, doing a check-in. How are we feeling about the confessions? Are we having a good time with them? Are we having fun with them? Thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate it. You guys are the sweetest. Thank you. Oops. There you go. I was trying to find the broke customer car part because it was zoomed in. Okay. All right. Here we go. This one is so far so good. I hope I can get to yours. There's a lot still left. There are a lot still left, so I hope that I can get to home. Bah. Gifted subs. Can we get some Vulpy ferals right now in the chat? That's a lot of subs. Are you sure that's okay? Jojo the Frog. Thank you so much for the gifties. Holy shit. You did not have to do that. That was so kind of you. Thank you so much. What the hell? Did colon 3 me? Don't colon 3 me. What the heck? Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that big time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I could do more than just say thank you. I really do. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. More than words can say. Hold on one sec. Okay. Sorry about that. Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much for the I'm just loving the streams. It makes my night shift go smoother. Oh, I'm glad. That's the goal. I just want people to have a fun time when they come and hang out with Vulpixie. Have 5 years. Thank you, Mama Wolfbag. Thank you. All right, back to the confessions. This is a dramatization for entertainment, not actually serious. Don't worry. This is from Corpse Puppeteer. I killed Vulpixie in 14 Frontlines. You motherfucker. In fact, I was the first person to kill Vulpixie during her Frontlines debut. And of course, this music comes on as we... Okay. You know what? Timing is funny. Dragon Song is playing in the background. I know the VODs can't hear it, but Final Fantasy music is playing as I'm reading the Final Fantasy question. I was the first person to kill Vulpixie during Frontline's debut in 14. I hired gun working for the Maelstrom on the front lines. We were told to keep an eye out for a powerful white-haired Mikote samurai from Gridania that the enemy team had hired. Then I saw her, the legendary Vulpixie, hero of Eorzea, savior of Ishgard, the warrior of light herself. And she was fiercely charging right at my team, threatening to annihilate all of us right at the start of the match. And I gunned her down. I went completely numb. I was given credit for the kill, not just an assist. Her blood was on my hands, and I would have to live with it. How could I possibly atone for what I had done? I gave blood money bits to the subathon afterwards, but I felt it wasn't enough. Then I heard about this public confessional. So here I am, publicly confessing to killing Vulpixie in Final Fantasy XIV Frontlines. I throw myself to the mercy of the Vulpine Court and accept whatever fate awaits me. It's fucking funny. You're going to hell for killing me. That's your sentence. You're going to hell. There's no. You may have given bits, but you're going to hell for that one, you motherfucker. You made my first Frontlines experience so stressful. Fuck you. Killed me in... Hang on. Killed me in FF14 Frontlines. Sad face. 39. Okay, what the fuck? Persania, why are you minus 25 subs? Can we get some blood?
What the fuck? Why is it doing that? Wait, where's my autotune? Wait, hang on. Where's my autotune?
Wait, hang on. What? Hello? Hello?
Oh.
I'll fix that later. That's like the good emotional music right now. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits. I tried to protect the team. You did your job, but this person's going to hell for killing me in Frontlines. Holy shit, though. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chrisania, for the 25 gifted subs. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. But 25 gifted subs can't save this person. They're going to hell. They're going to the top of the list. Above peeing on the bed on purpose. Above chatter thinks well done is better than medium rare. For stealing an N64. Ad jail? Oh, well, here, I will wait. Chat, can we get some ad emojis for those who are watching ads? This also gives me time to fix my GoXLR real quick. Chat, we need ad emojis. Ad emojis for those who are locked in the ad mines.
Why? Why is it doing this? Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Ugh, I love this song.
I say this with the fucking...
Wah, ah, ah, ah. Wah, ah, ah, ah. Wah. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, I think I know what to do, but
It requires me to unplug and replug my GoXLR, and I'm not going to do that right now. Are the ads done? Are the ads done, chat? I sound like a Luma. Oh, I love this song. Ugh. Goosebumps. I got 3 minutes. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Do a yahaha. All right, chat. While some people are still stuck in the ads, I don't know if I should do this. I've thought about like the ads run randomly on the channel. Maybe I like program when I choose ads can happen. Thank you for the 50 bits. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick and grab a drink. So that'll give me time. Just stay here and everybody just dance, okay? Just like do some dancing emojis and just dance to the music. I know the VOD won't be able to hear it, but just dance to the music. Thank you for watching the ads. All right, chat. Got about an hour and 20 minutes before I'm going to be done for the night. If we do not get confessions done tonight, let me see tomorrow. What's my calendar looking like tomorrow? I think tomorrow I'm doing naming all Pokemon and then the Promare watch along. And then maybe after Promare. Okay, I think that's when we'll do it. Oh, really? The mods told you to start fires. I don't believe you fuckwads for a second. I don't believe it. I was playing Fantasy Life. What is this slander? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Well. All right. Chat, your guys' confessions, they're making me go bald. They're making me go bald, chat. You gotta stop it, man. You gotta stop it. You guys are crazy. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Get me away from here. All right, this one is from a codester. When I was a young child, like too young to remember. Shut up! When I was a young child, like too young to remember, apparently, according to what my sister told me, I got mad at one of them and threw a pan at them. However, I missed it, ended up hitting the other sister. I don't know the context because I was told I did this. I thought it would be fun for y'all to laugh. Both of them are okay. I think throwing a pan at your sister is a slap on the wrist. Honestly, you should not throw heavy metal objects at your siblings. Throw a pan at sister. Ugh, I feel naked without my ears, man. Where are my ears? My ears are gone. My ears are they're no more. All right, but I'm gonna add this to the slap on the wrist. Wow, that's number 40 confessions. Okay, slaps your wrist. Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty. Don't come in here and say bald is your first time chat, please. Spare me. Okay. From Blizzard Wolf. I once opened my dad's collector's playing card deck when I was 5 because it's playing cards. You can play with them. No. I think because you were 5, you were innocent enough. That's pretty innocent. I think that's a pretty innocent confession. In my bald eyes, it's not worthy of the timeout chair. You were just a little child. You didn't know any better. Into the innocent one you go. But thank you for your submission. This is from Zeno. There's this girl I really like, and I don't know if she likes me, but we've gone on dates, which we've both acknowledged as dates, kissed and held hands publicly. We make plans to hang out pretty often. I just can't tell because occasionally she has to cancel last minute saying she is doing one thing when her social media stories show a different story, and sometimes she just ghosts my messages. When I ask about what was happening, she pretends it never happened. I'm not looking for advice. It's just hard to explain to my friends without them interjecting with advice, and in one case planting in my head that I'm being used. Don't really trust my family with it either because their advice usually doesn't help. Just really want to be able to write this whole thing out since I can fully explain everything without being interrupted. Hey, you know what? Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we do need to do that. I would say this one will be like an "Are you okay?" moment. We'll just do weird friend vibes, ghosting, sad face. That's like an "Are you okay?" moment because it sucks. But yeah, sometimes we don't. Sometimes when people are struggling, we don't need advice. We just need someone to listen to us, you know. Also, Dante, thank you for the 25 months. Pixie, I'm cute. No, I'm not cute. Get that out of your head. That is an "Are you okay?" moment. So you guys can see I added it to the "Are you okay?" section. Weird friend vibes and ghosting. Yeah, they do need a hug. I would agree. That is hug worthy. All right. From Yuzu Giwi's dad. What the fuck? Aerocertus, thank you for the 9 months. Thank you. When I was a freshman, I went to a military school and was a well-known weeb, so people would ask me for recommendations all the time. There's one 7th grader hadn't watched anime before, and I asked me for a good one. I recommended Boku no Pico. Well, shit, I'll have to reread that one because of ads. I will wait until the ads are done before I pass down my sentence. I'm just like copying and saving it because I already know where I'm putting this confession. I already know where it's going. I'm just getting it ready. Getting it ready for the chat. That's awful. I'm sorry that that's happening. All right, let me know when the ads are done, chat, and we'll keep going. Chat, are the ads done? Let me know when ads are done. Code 3. Is everyone free? Okay. So here's the confession chat again. When I was a freshman, I went to a military school and was well-known weeb, so people would ask me for recommendations all the time. And this one 7th grader hadn't watched anime before and asked me for a good first one. I recommended Boku no Pico. If you don't know what that is, that's good. That's good. That is not an anime to recommend to a first-time anime watcher. You are going straight to hell for that one. That is evil and diabolical and dastardly and villainous. Why would you recommend Boku no Pico as someone's first anime? A 7th grader. That's awful. I still don't know what it is, and I tend to keep it that way. Please, for the love of goodness. Please, for the love of everything good and holy, do not, don't, just don't, please. Ooh, Made in Abyss. Okay, well, Made in Abyss is at least like a good show. Made in Abyss is at least good. This other one, no. It's not good. It's not great. That confession made me bald. If it didn't make me bald before, it's making me bald again. All right, this one is from Chazaris Dre. Okay. One time when I was like 7, I accidentally locked my brother in the bathroom. He was 6. The door to the bathroom was actually broken at the time, so he was stuck until my parents called the guy to remove the small vent on it. Like Among Us. He had to crawl out of the little hole on the door crying. I didn't regret it. It was kind of funny. Also, one time I punched my sister while I was asleep. Okay, because... Okay, this one where it says, I don't regret locking my brother in the bathroom, you're going to the timeout chair for that one. That's evil. It's one thing if you did it on accident, but you're like, haha, I don't regret that. The sister punching is fine because you were asleep. With no regrets. It's the no regrets part for me that says you're going to the timeout chair for that one. That's naughty. Bad. All right, I'm putting my hair back on. Fuck you, chat. My hair is coming back on. All right, here, just for consistency's sake for the video, I'm going to change back to my other outfit because I've been always in my other outfit, but I only have bald in my cozy outfit. Okay. All right, I don't know what this is, but it's annoying me, so I'm gonna change it. All right, next chat confessional. Here we go. Let's see. I didn't add this to the, I didn't add this. I'm losing it. That's timeout chair for you. Get in the timeout chair. There you go. You're right there in the timeout chair. Swipes to a pixie. I'm gonna refuse that one. I'll turn that one off. Just because I'm recording for a potential video. So I'm gonna reject that one. Here, hang on. I redeemed the because I literally just said I'm recording for a video and I'm not going to change my outfit again for consistency's sake. When it was earlier, I said yes, but it's like disrupting to keep changing it. So I'm just going to turn all of them off just so that it doesn't do anything. I do think I have my did I have my glasses on earlier today? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, it's okay. I just want to keep it consistent for the video. Okay, we should be good now. This one we already read, and we put you in the timeout chair. Okay, Pots of Soup says, when I was a kid, I used to eat cat food because I liked the way it tasted. And I thought it gave me superpowers. I was even told the kids at school and they believed me. I'd still eat it, to be honest. That's like a moment. That's like a that's a moment for me. That's a moment. I ate cat food and would still eat it today. That's moment for me. Into the yeah, that's a moment for me. There we go. I can't get rid of this one. Whatever. The test one is there. But yeah, eating cat food? Nah, you that's where you're going. That's where you're going. Thank you for your submission. This one is from Rael. Madame Vulpixie Pixie. What the fuck? Who's Vulpixie? What? One day, me and my friend were just taking a nice evening walk while eating ice cream and catching up. Suddenly, this random shirtless old man just stands in our way. He was drinking a beer, so maybe he was drunk, but he just put his hand on my shoulder, looked me in the eyes, and went, "Kid, I know you're dating. I've seen you with that girl, but don't you dare ever get married. You'll regret it for life." That scared the absolute shit out of me because, yes, at the time I was dating someone. Me and my friend just ran away. I swear to God, the man almost every day, and he looks at me like I've committed some crime. Also, they haven't found the body yet. Wait, what? Huh? Wait, the man looks at me like I've committed some crime. Also, they haven't found the... What? Now I'm just confused. That's another huh for me. That's another huh for me because I don't know how to respond to that. I think... you know what? I don't want to elaborate. I'm just going to do weird body story. Weird body... and old man story. That's just a ha for me. I'm thoroughly confused, and I don't know if I want to know because maybe the old man was insinuating this person had committed a crime, but they're like, no, I haven't committed a crime. Also, they haven't found the body yet. But that's gonna earn an immediate ha for me. Back to back ha's. You'll love to see it. There it goes in the ha section right there. Right there. Goodbye. Next submission, please. Get me out of here. Holy fuck. Anonymous. So I was in a relationship for 4 years with someone. This was my first ever real relationship, but she already had 2 kids. I was barely an adult, so I picked up a lot of responsibilities really fast. About 2 years into a relationship, we were expecting a child, but unfortunately they didn't make it. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that. Man, that's tough. That's like unimaginable. We stayed together for 2 more years, but the relationship was deteriorating more and more each day. I ended up leaving her after 4 years total and moving different states to live with my cousin, trying to make a fresh start. Am I wrong to have left her after everything we went through together? I am not a therapist, and I don't want to give advice like that out. I don't want to say right or wrong because that is such a complicated situation. There's no black or white in that. As a side, I don't currently have feelings of romance towards her, but I do think there's a part of me that I'm not getting back from those 4 years. All my friends told me I had to start thinking about what's good for me, but they're my friends, so of course they're going to support me. I think I want some sort of outside perspective. Oh man, I know you say you want outside perspective and help, but I am not in the position to give that kind of a thing. This is like a genuine "are you okay" moment. For something like this, you definitely would probably want to go and talk to like a professional therapist for this. I cannot give advice with this like with a good conscience. So I would say I'm just going to label this as tough relationship. And this is a genuine "are you okay" moment. But yeah, I don't want to give anybody like information or like things when I'm not the best resource for that, you know? I'm not a trained or licensed therapist, and that is such a tricky situation. Yeah, I'll just put tough relationship in the "are you okay?" and sending big hugs to you. Thank you for writing this confession out. But yeah, this is just something I don't feel comfortable like answering just because I am not the best person to answer it. But I hope you're able to heal somehow and get some therapy help. Not saying that you need like therapy in a bad way, but sometimes we all could use a little bit of help, especially with the situation you've been through. Okay, this one is from Berg Flax. I was a waiter in high school and I was pretty distant at it, apparently because I made pretty good tips. At the end of every night when clocking out, we had to declare our cash tips in a computer. Dumb high school me thought that was just for record purposes, so I just typed in 20, 25 bucks every night, even though I made way more than that and unknowingly committed tax fraud for the whole 4 years I worked there. Uh-oh. Also, a side confession is that whenever someone asked if we had dessert, I always say we were out. We had like 2 items because I was too lazy to go prepare it. Maybe whenever got out there, have mercy on myself. That's actual legit tax fraud and lying about desserts. That's bad. That's timeout chair worthy. That's not hell worthy, but you're going to the timeout chair for that one. Partially for the taxes and partially for the lying about the desserts. We'll put taxes, tax fraud, and dessert. Oops. No, I do not condone this. I do not condone that. I am a child of the law. I do not condone this. Also, yes, fuck the government, fuck taxes, and fuck the IRS. What? What did I say? Sorry, something must have caught my throat there. Sorry. But yeah, if it was just the tax fraud, I might have slapped your wrist, but because you lied about dessert, that's evil. You got to give people their dessert. People need their sweet treats, man. After this day and age, like, people need their sweet treats. And this is Neo. When I was 9 and my younger brother was 8, our parents bought us copies of Pokemon Red and Blue, which had just been released. I got Blue and he got Red, and initially we had a lot of fun playing our first ever Pokemon adventures together. He was slowly pulling ahead of me, though, getting better Pokemon and having higher levels, so he won every battle. The game was hard, and I was still a baby gamer and kept getting stuck. He finally beat the game, and I was still so far behind, I couldn't take it anymore. I snuck into his room and spat water into his game cartridge. It wouldn't work anymore, and he was absolutely devastated that he lost his adventure with his Pokemon team. My parents put it down to the game just breaking on its own. I never admitted this to him, and I never played another Pokemon game again. I stole my original Blue, and it still works. It always reminds me of my actions that day. That's straight to hell. That's just pure evil. You can't rob someone of their Pokemon adventure. I don't care how old you are. Ruined a Pokemon game, and bro never played again because of you. This is such dramatic music happening in the background right now. What the fuck? That's actually sick and twisted and evil. No, you ruined him. You ruined him. You ruined his Pokemon adventure. You're going straight to hell for that one, buddy. That's unforgivable. That is unforgivable. And again, chat, like I say this, we're not dogpiling people for the choices of their past. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. Okay, so just be chill with it. I'm just saying, we're all having fun. It's not serious. But also, fuck you and go to hell. Thank you for your confession. All right, 23MXZ. A year and a half ago, met one of my childhood friends at an outdoor concert and gave them a mason jar of moonshine that my dad had made. Moonshine is alcohol, for those who don't know. I don't think they knew exactly what or how strong moonshine was, because they ended up needing to be rushed to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the 250 bits, Jojo. Thank you so much. They only talked to me one time after that, and that was when I apologized and made sure they were okay. Well, you know what? It's you didn't tell them to chug the drink, so it's not your fault they ended up with alcohol poisoning. Honestly, I'd say like the tiniest little slap on the wrist, like nutty. You should have told them how strong moonshine is. I'll just put moonshine. That's slap on the wrist worthy. Not completely egregious, but it's just like someone might say it's your fault, but it's like, well, let's see. We'll see about that. All right. So those who can't see, I did add moonshine right there. All right. Let's keep it going. All right. This is kind of a two-parter. First off, I'm confessing that I'm asexual. Yay. I'm happy that you're coming out and being proud of it. Ads again? Okay. Ads. Spam the ad emojis. Spam the ad emojis, chat. Chat's in the ad mines. I'll actually change my Nightbot command real quick for ads. What is the song? Oh, I knew this was March Comes In Like a Lion. Based whoever put the song in. Okay. I also added a timer for ads. All right. Let me know when the ads are done and I'll keep going. I thought there would be fewer confessions. Yeah, the community surprises me. Didn't expect there to be this many, but I'm happy. More confessions is more fun for us, honestly. And we definitely will not get done today because I'm only gonna be streaming for another hour or so. But we will probably finish tomorrow because tomorrow I'm doing a very, very early morning stream of naming all the Pokemon. And then I'm gonna be watching Promare with Shen for her subathon, and then we'll probably do the chat confessions after that Promare watch along. Because I love Promare. Promare is a fucking based as hell movie. It's been a while since I've watched Promare. Are ads done? Ads are good? Are we all good? We free of the ad hell? Oh, it would definitely be like a Discord after stream like hangout thing. All right. I think we're free from the ads. Okay. So this one is I'm confessing that I am asexual. So first off, that's awesome. Glad you were able to do that. I keep it a secret from most of my family, and admitting it here to kind of helps someone even anonymously. Secondly, I very frequently look at furry. I don't really do anything. I kind of just browse it like it's normal artwork, but I do look at it a lot of it. That took such a 180. That took such a 180. I was like, yay, congrats, and then I'm like, oh. You're gonna be fucking kidding me. That is I think that's just a slap on the, you know, it's just a slap on the wrist, I think. Like, oh no. Because it's like I'm happy that you like are coming out as ace, but also that kind of admission is just like no, naughty, naughty, naughty. You get to slap on the wrist for that. And furry corn :3. Like the fucking emotional whiplash that I got from that, I tell you. Yeah, that is definitely a slap on the wrist for you. Slaps your wrist. Pretty innocent still. Congrats on coming out as asexual though. Proud of you. I've never confessed to any crushes I've had out of fear of being rejected. That's pretty innocent, I would say. That's a pretty innocent one. Pretty straightforward too. Just never confess to a crush out of fear of rejection. Understandable. Okay. Innocent. And we go to the next one. All right, this is from Mr. Tofat, or Mr. Top Hat, sorry. So when I was about 7, I believe me and my family had just moved into a new complex a few months before, and people in the area really didn't know me other than my cousin who lived there. One day, me and my cousin were walking to our park, and these two girls, one of those girls had a Starbucks drink, just came up to us and started being rude to us. I told them to stop, and I guess this pissed the Starbucks girl off because out of nowhere, she decided to get as much of her drink in her mouth and spat it all over me and then threw the rest of her drink at me. Since I was 7 at the time, I couldn't control myself as I am now. Sometime you probably could guess I was very angry about this because I didn't do anything wrong. So I did the most logical thing to do at the time, and I ran at the girl and used all of my strength. I kicked them in the crotch. Oh my, this made them fall onto the ground in pain, and coincidentally my cousin's mom came to grab us and bring us inside, so she saw me do this and got me grounded for a month. I honestly don't regret doing it all and do not plan on apologizing to them ever, as I still think it was deserved because I was also wearing my favorite shirt ever at the time. I just wanted to tell someone about it. Honestly, valid. That is an innocent confession. That is innocent. They were rude to you and you were just trying to protect yourself, especially if they threw their drink on you. I would say fuck you. Kicked a girl because she threw and spat a drink on me. That is innocent. You are innocent. No timeout to chair for you, my good sir. All right, innocent. Thank you for sharing the confession. This is from Quinn. I am a that is definitely a Karen. I am a closeted trans girl, and the only IRL friend who knew about this, about me, recently cut contact with me out of nowhere. I guess it's a confession. That is a very good confession. I would say that's pretty innocent. It is very innocent. If you ever need someone to talk to about that, there's plenty of members in the community who would be willing to talk to you, or if you need resources, you can talk to my mods. They're always here. I'll just put closeted trans and I'll put a heart. No matter what, you are loved and valid here. I'll just throw that out there. Okay? If you're watching this, just know that you are always welcome here. I don't care who you love or what your sexuality is, as long as you are kind and respectful to my chat and to me, then you're welcome here. But thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. All right, this is from DIYs. I'm 21 and I still get mad at games from time to time. Not enough for it to be a problem, but constantly enough for my dad to get upset. He says it's like I'm a toddler throwing a tantrum, but I'm pretty sure it's because I was raised with the Xbox 360. This is, I would say, like, there comes a point where you can't rage over games anymore. So I would say rage over games. You get a tiny little slap on the wrist. Like, chill out. It's just a game. You know, it's nothing worth getting your blood pressure up for, you know? You gotta understand that it's not that serious. So this one will go into slap on the wrist. Is a bisexual crimes. Welcome into the stream. All right, this one is from Yami. I am about to graduate high school as valedictorian, but I honestly feel like I don't deserve it. I didn't have near any difficulty with most of my assignments other than just annoyance, and I never really studied for anything, and yet I am graduating as a student with the highest grades in my whole senior class. I have no idea how to feel about it, so I'd like the opinion of my favorite VTuber. If you got valedictorian, you obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but you did something right. You know, it might feel like you don't deserve it, but that might be imposter syndrome talking, so just humbly accept the award and just know that you worked hard for it. You deserve it. That would be my advice. Like, take it humbly and be respectful about it, but don't, like, you know, you may think that you don't deserve it, but you did something right. You clearly did something right to get that kind of a position, so, or get that kind of an award. So, or graduating with valedictorian. I hope that makes sense. So, just accept it with gracious, like with a gracious heart, and be humble about it. All right, I'm just putting grad valedictorian. That is, I would say, innocent confession. Innocent confession incoming. I'm glad that more of these are innocent than, oops. More of these are innocent than not. I think, actually, you know what? Between like the timeout chair and are you okay? And I feel like maybe it's a little more balanced for like innocent. Pretty 50-50 with like wholesome and not wholesome stuff happening. All right, this is from Melon Cat. 2017, 2018, I had a white Samsung tablet and I loved playing Roblox. Wanted to buy some stuff in the game, but I was just 7, so I didn't have money. My friends thought it would be great to peer pressure me into buying Robux. It worked, and I ended up spending over $200 US. Somehow I never got caught to this day. I don't know if I should tell my parents. Naughty, naughty. That is slap on the wrist worthy. You spent money on Robux. That's slap on the wrist worthy. Like, naughty, naughty. Don't do that. Bad. Giving your child your credit card information is not the right way to go. Actually, it was so bad. I had my mom's credit card information memorized. So, like, if I wanted to order, like, pizza or anything, I would just, like, order it. Or if I wanted to go, like, out somewhere, I just knew the credit card number by heart. I would just use it. But yeah, don't spend Robux. Robux bad. This is from Anonymous. I purposefully play games my friends have interest in, but none for the common ground that is established, not for the common ground that is established with it. I play specifically to do things that annoy them, such as flexing my ungodly looking gacha games or winning 3 times in a row on a fighting game I've never played before. Because I know my friends severely, and yet they're really just want to know how I do it. It's all RNG and luck. My one friend just introduced me to Project Sakai. Time to learn rhythm games to be annoying. That's funny. You learn games not to bond with your friends, but to like annoy them. That's slap on the wrist worthy, I think. I would say that's slap on the wrist worthy. Yeah, it's more funny than anything. That's a slap on the wrist for you. Naughty, naughty. Thank you for sharing. And this one is from Sai. For a long time, I loved this woman. She was my everything. She was beautiful, had a great personality. Most of all, she was genuine when she spoke to me. We could talk for hours. Little side note, I was the one who was invisible all throughout school. So to finally have someone I could talk to and bond with felt incredible. We started as friends. Over time, I found myself falling in love with her. Before I had the chance to say anything, she had to return home to Italy. I never told her I loved her or had the chance to kiss her, and I regret not doing that. I was too scared of ruining our friendship. We stayed in touch over the phone, but long distance was hard. Our schedule differed, and it was always waffling when we tried to stay in touch. Normally, I'm a very forgiving person and very laid back, but over time, I felt hurt when she flaked more and more and things kept getting pushed back. However, as the years went by, she came back to America. I had the chance to take her to a fancy restaurant. There, I offered her my arm as a gentleman would, taking her into the restaurant, but she said it was awkward. I still haven't told her how I feel, but she is and has been the only woman I ever truly loved. I'm just not sure what to do after everything. Aww. Aww. That's an "are you okay" moment. Aww. Unrequited love. That's a sad moment. Oh, I'm sorry. She can't see that you're trying to be gentleman and nice. She's not worth it. There's so many gals out there who would love that too. You gotta understand that. There's so many people. Yes, that one does deserve a hug. Next time I do confessionals like this, I'll put it like give hug tier. But no, that's sad. It kind of can be like confusing. You're not sure what to do after everything, especially if you've like you like really love a person, but sometimes love isn't enough, you know. You gotta know what's best for you, and yeah, maybe she can be your first love and all that, and then maybe you'll find something better, and then hey, maybe they can be your love, and then they'll treat you the same way, you know, because you deserve happiness too. But thank you for sharing. All right, Anonymous says, my best friend and I were at a party, you know, one of those where you sit in the corner the whole time. Yes, I do know that. We were walking around with some other friends. One of these girls handed me a post-it with her number on it, asking if I could find a guy who, and I quote, has curly hair and is tall. I just walked around and saw I found the tallest guy in the whole party who happened to have curly hair. Apparently she found him attractive too, so I handed him the post-it. After the party, they started to message each other, and it seemed like they actually were getting along, until she got a message from him saying something along the lines of, so do you dye your hair red or is it natural? I have red hair. I thought I made it clear to him it wasn't my number when I handed it to him. Now that girl and all her other friends won't talk to me. My best friend tried to reason with them, but they refused, saying I was an asshole. Best part about this all, I'm literally a lesbian. Well, awkward. That's an innocent confession. Oops, I'm a lesbian. Smile. I think that's a pretty innocent confession. There's nothing wrong with that. That's funny though. Okay. Keep it going, keep it going. All right. Oops, I'm a lesbian. Thank you for your submission. Thank you. All right, this is from Anon. I once brought a friend to a heavy metal show. He was trying to get into the genre. I've been a metalhead my whole life, so I booked us tickets to a concert in a city nearby. After the show, as we were heading back to the train station, we were chatting with two very cute gothy girls. I was hitting it off with one, but my friend was totally oblivious to the hints of the other unfortunate girl. Long story short, he ended up taking the train back home, and I went to hang out, quote unquote, at the girl's hotel room. I didn't hide from him why I was staying back or what was going to happen. What he doesn't know to this day is that the other girl he was oblivious to was there as well. Wait, so does that yay ads does that mean that like he went and had a threesome with these girls, or what does this mean? What he doesn't know to this day is that the other girl he was oblivious to was there as well. I think that's I mean, all things considered, for me it's a pretty tame confession, I would say. I don't really have too many comments on it. I just think it's pretty tame. It's the one friend didn't understand, and then you went back to the hotel with the other two girls. It is a confession. I would put it just in innocent. Nothing too crazy or out of the blue. Goth Girls goes into innocent. All right, let's see. Next one. Our ad's done, by the way. I just saw that before I continue. I don't know if bagging two girls is innocent, but good for them. Yeah, for me, it's like, it's like It's not like a, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, we're gonna do a slap on the wrist moment because you should have told the other guy. That's a slap on the wrist moment for me. I switched it. Yeah, there's a lot of times like things are missing in context. Bonk, go to horny jail. Go to horny jail. Take a left turn into horny jail. Right meow. Right freaking meow. Ads are not done. I will wait. I'm just quietly waiting and relaxing with the chat. I think of that stupid turtle. He go. Now they're done. Okay, here we go. We're back at it. This is from Uprising Upsilon. Truth be told, I only became a subscriber of your channel on YouTube sometime around or after your inclusion into Wildcard. I still do not know if it's still going or not because I am good at keeping up with the times. On a serious note, I watched a few videos, eventually subscribed, and even bought the Vulpixie plushie while they were still on sale. Oh, this is the first time using Makeshift to order anything, so here's hoping I get it by July, I believe. Thank you for being the first YouTuber that uses a VTuber model that I buy a plush from. Unfortunately, I can't find the time to join your streams on Twitch, so here's to what will be another great year, politics notwithstanding. From Uprising Upsilon, a random person that exists both in the real world and in the internet. Oh, that's wholesome as fuck. That's wholesome. That's a wholesome tweet. That's a wholesome confession right there. That's a wholesome one. Vulpixie YouTube fan and plushie purchaser. That's wholesome. That's Vulpy hearts in the chat for that one. Vulpy hearts in the chat for that chatter. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. You're going into the wholesome tier. We don't really have too many wholesome ones, but that deserves a wholesome. That deserves a wholesome. Thank you so much for that submission. That's super cute. All right, this is from Stormy Sky. I have, on many occasions, faked having internet troubles to get out of playing certain games with certain friends. Sometimes because I'm tired, others because I was pissed at them or the game. That is so fair and valid. Sometimes you be overwhelmed and you say, whoops, internet problems, guess I can't play. Oh no. I'd say... that's innocent. Because I do that all. I would be the person that would do that. I would be the person that would do that. I think that's a pretty innocent one. At least you're not lying saying my dog is dying or anything like that, you know. You're just saying, oh, internet troubles. Sorry, can't hang out. Smile, so sad. I would say that's pretty innocent. It's not even slap on the wrist worthy because I totally get that. Like sometimes life be too overwhelming and you can't be bothered to deal with it. I'm gonna put it in the innocent tier. It's just innocent. When I was a wee little boy from Amoeba Hugh Draw, around 18 months, I went up on my very first trip to Walt Disney World. While in the gift shop for the hotel we were staying at, I found a little Mickey Mouse plush where he's dressed like a bellhop. I picked it up, dropped it on the floor, then picked it up again, and just started walking away. My parents paid for it at the register, and I still have that Mickey Mouse plush to this day. So I technically stole a Mickey Mouse plush from Walt Disney World, but I claim no guilt because my parents paid for it, and I was just a baby and had no concept of money or capitalism at the time. I only really remember this because my parents recorded the crime on video. I'm willing to post a picture of the plush in the Discord upon request if anyone's curious on what it looks like after 20 plus years. I'd be curious to see. I think that you were a baby. That is an innocent confession. You stole Mickey plush. You do not know any better. You are a child. So I'd say you are fine. All right. You are going into the innocent tier. Innocent tier for you. Okay. My confession may be a bit too odd since I'm too stupid to do sins, from Paladin Jonas, and it's my stupidity I want to confess about. I take too long to learn stuff, and due to that, I get frustrated fast. I've taken that frustration out on too many people. One of the latest was even in Hayden's chat, and it's always nagging at me that I'm just so mean sometimes without it being a wanted reaction on my end. Sorry, but it's too boring. I accidentally stolen something from my local electronics market. I had no idea how even. My mom was with me at the time. We watched the clerk scan an item that wasn't in the receipt afterwards, so yay, free item. As a controller I wanted to gift to my mom for Mother's Day, priced at around 60 euros with a 20% discount, and our guess is that since my mom asked for what discount was, she might have deleted the controller from the process. I would say that's a pretty innocent one for me. Yeah, sometimes anger can get the best of us, but you have to always remember, like, I always try and give people the benefit of the doubt, you know. I try and, like, before I, like, say anything, if I'm in a moment of anger before I say or do anything, I always, like, tell myself, like, breathe and give yourself 1 minute to, like, think about if you really want to say this, because a lot of times people can say things and they don't mean it, or they say things in a moment of anger or frustration, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna put anger and controller in the innocent confession box, but yeah. Take a minute to think about if it's something you really want to say. If after a minute you still want to say it, it's probably something you're very passionate and angry about. But if it's something small, then and you're like, no, I don't want to like bring it up anymore, then there you go. This is from Lexitographer. I often feel like my taste in video games clashes with the communities I'm part of. I don't like Pokemon, Sonic, Monster Hunter, or most Battle Royale games. I haven't had much interest in Minecraft in 14 years, and I always thought PlayStation was better than Nintendo. I imagine these are minority opinions in a lot of streams and Discord servers I frequent. The only reason I watch these games is because I enjoy the streamers who play them. Some of the games I played aren't my cup of tea. I'm glad I found your stream along with several others and to be part of your community. I would say that's pretty wholesome. You enjoy watching the streamer, not the game. That's a wholesome one. Like, I watch the streamer for the streamer and not because of the game they're playing. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, I would say. In my honest and professional VTubing opinion, that's pretty good. Into the wholesome tab you go. Thank you for your confession. All right, Anonymous. I pirated a game called Pizza Tower and managed to get all P ranks, but I still feel guilty to this day. I'm too broke to buy the full game. Oh, no. No, don't pirate. I would say, like, don't pirate indie games of all things. Like Pokemon and emulating that kind of stuff from like AAA guys. That's timeout share worthy, I think. But don't do that to indie games, please. If you really want to buy, if you really want to play a game, save your money. Just don't do that. That's naughty. I would say pirating an indie game, that's a timeout share for you. It's not banished to hell worthy, but like think about what you've done and don't do it again, please. If it's like a Pokemon and you're not paying $250 for Pokemon and Heart Gold on the DS, you know, I understand that. But no. We got to support the indies, man. You're going to the timeout chair for that one. Here, wait, hang on. Yeah, I put them in the timeout chair right here. To the timeout chair with you. Naughty. Don't do that. All right, Anonymous. For a few months when I was 15, I'm in my 30s now for reference, I would steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards from Walmart. You guys are a bunch of thieves! What the fuck? You guys are such little... You guys got the 5-finger discount. You got sticky fingers going on. What the fuck? Every time I go and walk around with a starter deck or a few booster packs, I didn't even play the game. I had no friends who were into it. I just like collected cards. Honestly, it was a nice little thrill. No, bad, don't steal. It was a nice little thrill, given that I was always seen as the quiet, well-behaved kid who never did anything to get in trouble. Doing something bad for once felt really good. I never got caught. In the time I stopped, I had a whole binder full of stolen Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I've never stolen anything since. It's just an odd little phase of my life. I think I know it's from Walmart and it's like big corpo and stuff, but like, don't steal. That's for that one. That's a slap on the wrist for me. Stealing Yu-Gi-Oh cards from Walmart. That's a slap on the wrist for me. Don't steal, but also it's like not that super big of a deal. But you guys are such little thieves. All of you. Like, how many thieving, you guys, like, how many like thievery, burglary stories have we had today? Slap on the wrist. Don't steal. Bad, naughty. Bad, naughty chat. It's not as awful as the N64. Yeah, no, it's not. It's true. Chad crimes, honestly. That would be a bad one to do. All right, this is from Tiny Raccoon. I have unintentionally hurt many people I care about, and I'm scared I will never have meaningful relationships with people. P.S. Sorry for that change the tone of stream. Think happy thoughts. Look up Baby Pine Martin on YouTube to feel better. This one will be an Are You Okay? You can always mend your like the way that you interact with people. You can always change like how you do things. It's never too late to change. I would say this is like an Are You Okay moment. Let me add that in. All right. Yeah, I would talk to somebody or maybe get therapy to help with that, but it can be hard to build relationships and hard to like especially when you unintentionally hurt people. So, I hope you're able to fix that. All right, number 69 confession. Nice. This is from Anonymous. Turns out I have misophonia for very specific sounds in real life, like exaggerated gulping sounds you usually hear from cartoons and lip smacking sounds. Most I do is take deep breaths and counting 10, but I don't know if there's other ways to manage or even get rid of this. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know how you could possibly get rid of that. I would say this one is a pretty innocent confession. It's fine that we're listening to a 10-minute song. I'm chilling. It's low energy, kind of like lo-fi-ish, so I'm okay with that. I would say this is an innocent confession. Yeah, I don't know how you're able to like prevent something like that from happening. Okay. This is from Anonymous. With my parents evicting us and my whole family turning on me, Pixie has been a huge help getting me from a bad spot. My gosh. On a lighter note, my kid is a bigger fan than me and insists on watching Pixie VODs to go to sleep to. That's 1,000% wholesome. What the fuck? What the fuck? Volpe hearts in the chat. Vulpixie VODs help me and my kid out in tough times. It's wholesome times a fucking 1,000. Holy shit. I do hope that your situation gets better. I really do. I hope it gets better. It's unimaginable to be going through something like that, but know that you're doing your best. It really is. That's top of the top wholesome. Wait, shit, you can't see it. I put it in this top of the top wholesome right there. That is just too cute. And just know that things will always work out. Everything has a way of working out. Just be strong, be there for your kid, and you guys will both be okay. And I hope that watching the VODs can bring some sense of comfort to y'all. But thank you for your submission. This is blank. Okay. I am estranged from 99% of my family. I've been okay with this for the most part, but sometimes I daydream a little bit about what it would be like to be legit adopted by one of my friends and be in their family instead and start over. Oh, yeah, definitely next time I do this, I need like a needs a hug category. This one will be, I will do this like, are you okay? You know, you hanging in there okay, buddy? That's tough. That's so tough. I hope you're able to someday find a found family, you know? Sometimes, like, you know, You can find family even if you're not blood related. That's an "are you okay" moment. Wait, yeah, that one. That's a tough one. I hope you're able to find comfort soon. And yeah, it'll all be okay. From Anonymous, I'm really good at acting, so sometimes I pretend I'm deaf when taking public transport so people won't notice I'm just blatantly ignoring them. Yes, I heard you trying to get my attention and vaguely see the hand wave in my peripheral. No, I will not talk to a stranger in the wild. Get the deaf treatment. Okay, that's a slap on the wrist. Trying to pretending to be deaf, but also I understand why. I understand why you're doing it, but also that's slap on the wrist worthy. Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty. All right. Slap on the wrist for that one. Ads? Okay, I wait. Chat, add emojis. Add emojis away. We will wait. Back for the wage cage. How is the confessions going? We had a very wholesome confession about someone and their 1-year-old like falling asleep to my VODs. And it was like super wholesome, even though they're going through a tough time. I really like that one. Yeah, there's a lot of people who fucking steal in this chat. I've seen like 5 or 6 like thievery confessions here. Yes, thank you, chat, for watching the ads. I appreciate it. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Be live again tomorrow morning, bright and early. Yippee. I mean, as long as they were never caught, it's still naughty. It's the principle of the matter. They naughty, naughty chatters. Still ads? I'll wait. Don't worry. Don't worry. I appreciate people who watch ads. If people watch ads and I'm doing something important, I'm down to wait. Sometimes it's hard to wait in the middle of a collaboration. But if I'm doing something like this, then I will wait. Oh, interesting. Twitch support just put out this tweet about ability to buy bits and gift subs with the money you make streaming on Twitch. For a majority of streamers, they already take 50% of the income. And now they want to take 50% of the what? Make that make sense. Why would what? What? Why would you why would I what? See, you give me like, let's say I'm a normal streamer who makes a 50-50 split on Twitch. I have $2.50 from someone who gives a sub to me. And then I take and spend $2.50 of that onto another streamer. What? You're taking more money that's oh, my brain hurts. I can't with Twitch. I can't with Twitch. That's like quite literally the stupidest idea. Sorry, I'm on Twitter. I'm looking at this. It's the stupid meme. Wait here, chat. You guys know this meme? You know this? I don't know what it is, but like the rotoscope of this shit is. That's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry. I was looking at that while while waiting for the ads a little bit, and then I saw that shit. Okay, here we go. Are the ads done? I just followed Call Me Yeti. If I forget to call you Yeti, just let me know, but I will do my best. Welcome in. Ads are done. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome, Yeti. Welcome, ad watchers. Here we go. One time when I was still living at home with my family, I was down in our basement looking for a few things that had been kept down there. On my way back up, I could hear a few voices talking. I sat down on the steps quietly to avoid being heard to listen for a bit. The basement door had a gap underneath it so you could pretty easily fit your hand under, and while they were talking, I slowly slipped my hand out underneath the door and grabbed my sister's ankle while they were in the middle of talking. She screamed and jumped, running away from the door, which caused my mom to scream even louder as I quickly drew my hand back. My mother is a huge horror movie fan, and my sister used to watch them with her pretty often. So I think I accidentally triggered their horror movie fight or flight responses, causing my sister, cause my sister was crying in another room. And when I opened the basement door, my mom was both panic breathing and trying not to laugh. I thought it was pretty funny at the time. Still kind of do. That's an innocent one. That's funny. Like a prank to the sister. You know, you just try to scare them and be a little silly. I think that's innocent. I think prank scaring sister is pretty innocent in my eyes. All right. That's an innocent confession. Oops, you guys couldn't see it. Sorry, I always forget that. But yeah, I put pranking sister to go right there. Alrighty, and the next one. This is from Artero. As an arrow-ace person, I've recently been hyperfixating on a game, Monster Prom, for the past 2 weeks. I just think the characters are silly and cute, and frankly, I'm just very attached. Am I to be let go, or am I to be sent to the timeout chair? No, this is pretty innocent, honestly. This is pretty innocent. Love what you love, and don't let anybody else hold you back. But I think that's pretty innocent. Hide that. And then put that into innocent. Yeah, how dare you? I should play Monster Prom. I don't know if I would. Maybe one day. Ooh, chat. Who wants a midstream break real quick? Hang on, chat. I'm gonna derail the stream for just a hot second. Don't mind me. I think I have too many games to try out, Trash, but I appreciate the offer. I have way too many, especially with Switch 2 coming out soon. Ugh. Gotta be mindful about what I pick to do. All right, here, hang on. Let's see if this will work. All right. It worked. Chat, I've uploaded a couple new emotes. Chat, refresh your page. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but we've got new clap and hyper clap emotes to clap a little faster. See if you guys can see them in the chat. Let's see if they're there. Oh yeah, there they are. There's clap. Yeah, and then there's a red clap, like hyper clap. Yeah, it worked. I'm glad it worked. Yay. I thought it was pretty cute. I love that there's a hyper clap. Yeah. I might go back to the old clap that I have. I think maybe we do the do we like it where it's like just regular, like, because the other clap is a little slower, but this one is like hyper clap uncolored red, and then this one is red. Like, do I keep the other one that's like slower? Or maybe I'll do like slow clap. Like, wow, good job, Pixie. Fast clapping. You yeah, Kim, I know you like fast clap. Here, we'll do like slow clapping too. Like slow clap, like applause. Like, wow, nice job, Pixie. Clap, 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 clap. All right. That one almost looks like stupid too. Like, wow, good job, Pixie. Like, you did it. I like that one. Keep slow for clap, keep red for hyper clap. Slow clap should be blue. Oh, that's a good point. Here, I'll ask Lulu if she can redo that one real quick. Actually, I'll just leave it as is. I'll just leave it as is. I don't want to make her work anymore. I love your VTuber character so much. Thank you. Yeah, we'll just leave it as a regular clap and then hyper clap and then just like the slow slow clap. What's up?
I just want to see how things are going.
Oh, things are going great. I'm discovering that chat is a bunch of little thieves.
Just now?
They steal things.
Such as?
One person, when they were 7, they stole an N64 from their after-school care program to keep for themselves. And then the after-school program ended up getting like a PS2 for the unit. And no one ever found out that they stole the N64.
Ah. Well, I mean, I took somebody like one cartridge. I didn't take their whole fucking console.
Yeah, they took the games and the console.
Wow.
What's another one? Someone takes pictures of their poop with a camera.
Is it a doctor?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I was like, huh? I have like a huh category. Someone said they ate cat food when they were a kid because they liked it and it tasted good. I'm like, ah. And they're like, I would still eat it today. I'm like, oh, huh?
Does it still taste the same? Like, has the formula changed? Has the recipe changed?
That's a good question. There's been a couple of like wholesome ones, like Pixie VODs help me fall asleep at night. Oh yeah, someone willingly pissed the bed when their sister slept in it, so I'm like, you're going to timeout hell. Some of them, they just go to the timeout chair, like, someone deleted someone's Pokemon save data out of spite.
Ooh.
Someone was pissed that their brother got ahead of them in Pokemon Red, so they spilled water in the game cartridge and forever ruined a Pokemon game. Like, after they beat the game, and he hasn't touched a Pokemon game since. I'm like, that's going to timeout hell for that one. Yeah, and they do it with a real camera, not like a phone camera, like a digital camera. Stealing is base, so steal everything? No! Don't steal everything. Bad, naughty,
Yeah,
naughty,
don't
bad. Naughty chat.
Yeah. Don't steal things.
Someone's classmate brought a knife into the Parliament building. On accident.
Wait, hold on. Was it for like cutting a cake?
No, it was for like self-defense.
Oh, okay.
But like, it just forgot.
Oh.
Oh yeah, someone learned Undertale fanfiction because they were like tired of not being not having it translated to their language, so they like read in English to like because it's English as their second language.
Mm-hmm.
So they read Undertale in English, and now they're an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a wholesome story.
Oh.
Steal people's hearts, not their money. Yeah. So I'm just reading through these. I still have quite a bit to go. I won't get done tonight, but it's been fun to heal. Or I see heal. I read heal here. But it's been fun reading them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Things you didn't expect to hear or see. Yeah. I didn't expect to hear or see these things from chat either. Yeah, this is how we celebrate 5 years of streaming. I get to hear chat confess to me there. I'm like, you either get a slap on the wrist or you go to the timeout chair, or I say like, are you okay? Or I say it's innocent or wholesome.
Are you okay? Or those like
are you okay? One of them was like, someone learned someone saw it in middle school, like a girl wearing an Undertale hoodie. So he learned how to play Megalovania in the quarter, and he played it in front of her. She went ew, and then never wore the Undertale hoodie to school ever again. That's like, oh, are you okay, buddy?
Wow.
Like, you tried so hard. Like a weird friend ghosting incident. They changed their major instead of failing college because they didn't want to admit to their parents they were failing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a that's true. Someone like the well done steak over medium rare, and I'm like, nah, you're going to hell. I'm like, that I know is just me being petty and spiteful. I know that's not really hell worthy, but I'm like, it's all in good fun. It's just us being silly. Because I know you like a medium or medium well steak.
Like medium's fine. Like some people say rare, and then they go.
No, I like medium rare to medium.
Yeah. No. Like medium well is fine because some places just go.
They go.
They just like touch it like it just has a phone call with a stove.
Yeah. Do you have anything to confess that you've done, like something?
We don't have 4 hours, so.
What do you mean?
We don't have 4 hours of me.
You have 4 hours of confessions stored in you. What the pick one?
No.
What the fuck?
No, because then I would have to tell you everything I've done wrong as a kid.
This is not like confession. It's just I want to know like the thing.
I would have to like tell you everything I've done wrong as a child ever, and I would be here for a while.
Oh man, just 4 hours of Vulpixie by himself. Oh man,
Monologuing.
He's gatekeeping.
What am I gatekeeping?
You're gatekeeping the content.
Oh,
Someone committed legit tax fraud.
Don't do this.
Why? They were a teenager and they didn't report their tips correctly at the restaurant.
On purpose?
No, they thought they could just report 20 to 25 bucks each night, even though they made way more than that, and they did that for 4 years. I'm like, that's legit.
So it's actual tax fraud.
That's like actual tax fraud. You better hope you don't get audited. And I said, to the timeout chair with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and they lied about having dessert in the back because they were too lazy to make it for the customers. And I'm like, that's even more egregious than the tax fraud shit. Give people their sweet treats, man.
Bro, you can give me my ice cream because you didn't want to spit it out.
My man, yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm leaving this establishment, going to the nearest gas station, buying some ice cream, having a good time.
Did you figure out where we're going, by the way?
I'm going to figure it out now.
Okay. Also, Hang on a sec, Jack. I'm just talking with boyfriend real quick. Hang on. We'll be right back. It's a good time because ads are playing, so just hang on a sec. All right. Are the ads done, chat? Are we good? Is everything good? Yes, we're good. Awesome. Let's get a couple more of these out of the way. Okay. This is from Anonymous. I confess that I have rescue killed my share of black mages as a healer. It's usually because they're giving me sass over them eating too many vuln stacks from not moving and then leaving them out to dry with no heals as a consequence of their action. Fucking based. That's that you're innocent in my eyes. There's no slap on the wrist for you. You're fine. Go walk freely, my healer. Spite healer. That's awesome. That's awesome. Spite healer, you have my seal of approval. You have my absolute seal of approval. Okay, hang on 1 second. All right, we're gonna be done accepting confession submissions, otherwise I'm never gonna finish this. Okay. All right. Let's add that real quick to the innocent tab. This is an innocent and wholesome confession. I may not get to all of them. I've already been doing this for 3-ish hours. The plan so here's the plan, chat. Here, I'll run it down by you guys, and I'll ask what you guys would like me to do. So tomorrow we are doing naming all Pokemon from memory, and then doing a Promare watch along. And then my plan tomorrow, because my schedule is limited with what we're doing with the Switch 2 coming out, and I'm gonna go visit Vulpixie and their family out of town right before the Switch 2 comes out, because it'll also be a nice break for me because I plan to go pretty hard once Switch 2 comes. So I'm trying to figure out. Actually, I think this will work out fine. Tomorrow we can finish doing chat confessionals. It can be like chat confessionals part 2. We'll round out and finish up all the chat confessions we have. And then I was going to do painting tomorrow, but we'll do the naming all Pokemon. We'll do the Promare watch along, and then we will finish the chat confessions. And then instead on Sunday, the 25th, I will do my painting stream in the evening. So then we can figure that out. So tomorrow we do all that. Thursday, I'm not streaming at all. Friday, we're going to be teaching Laser Final Fantasy 14. Saturday, I'm doing Grim Review and DTI. Sunday, I'm doing an event with Shen on her subathon and then doing the painting stream. Monday, I'll take off. Tuesday, Pokemon Uranium. Wednesday, Thursday, FF14 all day. And then Friday, I think the 30th, I'm doing a Hear Me Out, like Giwi Hear Me Out cake. So I will be putting up submissions for that probably on Thursday this week, so then we can give chat enough time for Hear Me Out. What time am I streaming tomorrow? 9 a.m. CST. I'm waking up very early for stream. At the start of I don't want to do 4 to 5 at the start of each stream. I want to like get it all done so then I can do like 2 VODs on the VOD channel. Maybe even do like a video for the like a quick fun video for the main channel. I don't know. I don't normally do like chatting segments like this for like a main channel video, but there have been a lot of funny like confession submissions that I would very much consider doing a main channel video. I don't know. This would be a banger video, honestly. I'll ask David if they want to work. I mean, I feel like David could pretty easily work on it. Oh, hang on. What's I since your last confession? Yeah. Okay, sorry, I went on a little tangent with the schedule there. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is from Anonymous. Hi, Vulpingus. Who the fuck is Vulpingus? Who are you referring to as Vulpingus? Excuse you. I am not Vulpingus. I am Vulpixie. I found out about you through Mungie Monday, and I've been a big fan ever since. My confession is that my first kiss was with a dog. It was a... Hold on. My confession is that my first kiss was with a dog. It was on purpose. My mom was in the room. I have never been allowed to forget this. I was being pressured about not having a girlfriend yet and thought it would be funny. Now I'm called dog kisser at every family event. What the fuck? Oh, dog kiss. What the fuck? Also, hi, Shan Poogie. Don't call me Vulpingus. I'm not Vulpingus. Thank you for the resub, Shen. I love you so much. Chat, give subs to Shen on her subbithon. Gift and subbin. Gift her subs. Do it. Shit. She went to bed. Still, gift her subs. Gift her subs. Gifted subs. I'm only saying hi because I need to sleep. I'll get some good sleep. I'll see you tomorrow morning, right? We have Pokemon, right? I believe. I'm not Vulpingus. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, tomorrow at 9 a.m. So in like 10 hours. Yeah. I am not Vulpingus. Wait, why'd they kiss the dog? Because they got dared to. I think this one earns an aha for me. Like, huh? Dog kisser. I think this one earns a ha from me. This is in the ha category. This is not even like slap on the wrist. This is just huh? What the fuck? What the hell? Vulpingus emote when? No, there's no. What would a Vulpingus emote even look like? Chat, stop hanging on this Pingus. Stop hanging on this Vulpingus shit. Move on. Move on to the next thing. All right. This one, Furious Des 2619.5. Once broke a ceiling fan blade with 2 ice cream sticks, 17 rubber bands, and tape. What is so specific? What the fuck? Huh? Huh? Can I get a huh? Can I get some? Anytime we have a huh moment, I'm not Volstinky, shut the fuck up. I need some haws in the chat. Some cats. Can I get some haws? Well, how is that's a huh moment for me too. Broke a ceiling fan. That's a huh moment. It's just because of how specific it is with the equipment used to break the ceiling fan. That's the only thing. It's just it's so bizarre. Chat, you guys are a bunch of little freaks, aren't you? Thanks for the submission. I don't think I want the full story on that one. No, I don't want the full story. All right, this one's from Maddie. In primary school, there was a drawer full of marbles that no one used. I don't think anyone was even aware of their existence. I took the majority of those marbles home over multiple days. You fucking thieves! Stop stealing shit! Stop! Yeah, you guys gotta stop stealing shit! Stop stealing shit! That's slap on the wrist behavior. Stole marbles. Stealing, naughty, you're getting a slap on the wrist for that. Bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad. Evil and naughty and sick and twisted. What the fuck? Shit gotta stop being stealable. Chat, you guys gotta stop having grubby little hands. Sticky little hands. That's a slap on the wrist. That's a slap on the wrist. Bad, but thank you for the submission. Thank you for confessing. All right, 80. This is from Anonymous. I've had a crush on this guy from my game for a while. I've told him my feelings and he said he's not looking for anything. That doesn't stop my heart from wanting and crushing on him. And my problem is that sometimes my brain tells me to stalk all his socials and make sure there is no one else. I tell myself to give up on him, but emotions are not that easy. What can I do to let go of these emotions and move on? Well, first of all, please don't stalk on social medias. That's not good. Maddie, thank you for the 5 gifted, and Kale, thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. We're doing a chat confessional streams. We're doing a chat confessional stream. Someone just admitted that they stole marbles and then they gifted me 5 subs. Welcome in Kale and Kale chat. If you guys have not met me, my name is Vulpixie. I'm a full-time VTuber and YouTuber and streamer, and right now I'm doing chat confessions. This was a subathon redeem, so we're hearing the chat's most either wholesome or slap on the wrist or timeout chair or timeout in hell worthy confessions. So if you guys want to stick around and hear them, they have been quite crazy. But if you got to get going for the raid, that's totally okay too. Don't worry about it. I call that, yeah, it is, you know what? It is hush money. It really is hush money. Don't let your emotions get the better of you or cloud your judgment. I would say this one is probably, I would say, it's innocent enough. It's innocent enough. I'd say crush on guy is innocent enough, but like if you like majorly like actually start stalking, then that is like a timeout. Don't do that, please. That is not good. That is really not good. And thank you for the 100 bits, M Ranger. Thank you. My confession is I used to pee in empty pickle jars because my bathroom was shared. I kept them for months in my What? Okay, I'm Kale. I'm gonna really quickly. I'm gonna add this one. I'm gonna add this one real quick here. This one is an innocent confession, but you storing pee in pickle jars and kept them for months in the room. That is, you're going to the timeout chair for that one. That's so bad. Don't do that. Don't store your pee in pickle jar. It doesn't matter if your bathroom is shared. There has to be another way, Kale, please. Kale, you're going to the timeout chair for that one. That's unsanitary. I'm concerned about your health. I'm a concerned mother. Where to go? There, into the timeout chair with you, Kale. Boop. Don't call in 3me. Don't call in 3me, you motherfucker. Also, thank you guys for the gifted subs that are coming through. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That is so naughty of you, Kale. What the fuck? Thank you for your last second submission to the confessionals. Appreciate it. All right, this is from Anonymous. I've had a crush on my coworker, and I believe there's a chance she might have one on me as well. Slight problem. I have a partner. Uh-oh. Now, before I sound like an asshole, I am polyamorous, and while my partner is personally not, they're totally fine with their partner being poly. The issue is my coworker has explicitly told me they could not imagine sharing their partner with anyone else. It's been a few years since I've learned this, so thankfully I'm no longer as heartbroken, but sometimes I still imagine a timeline where I do date her. I can imagine it so clearly, and we still get along super well, and she's even confessed to everyone that she'd probably bi, but she's scared of women. LOL. It got to the point where my boss had to separate me and this coworker from working together because, besides one shift a week, because we would get along so well, it would hinder our work progress. I also think our other coworkers, who also met the same way we did and ended up dating, ship us together. I don't have any plans current to make any moves. I cherish a relationship. I don't want to risk losing it over the slight chance of a successful confession. I don't know what I want out of this. Maybe just say out loud to someone else. I guess any advice for me? I would say make sure if you're going to do anything, if you need advice from me, just don't try and hide anything and be openly communicative with all parties involved. Don't lead anybody on, and do what you think is best for yourself. But don't try and lie or like cheat or do anything like that. That would be my only thing. I think with this one, this is a pretty innocent confession. I think like for how it ended up, I think for how it ends up, this is still pretty innocent in my eyes, because you haven't like done anything, you haven't like cheated on anybody. That would be a whole other story. But I think this one is just an innocent telling me what's going on in life, etc., etc. But yeah, if you are gonna do anything, then make sure you're open and communicative and you don't lead anybody on. That is my honest opinion with that. Also, thank you, Evie, for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. I saw that earlier. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And on to the next one. Too many times already, I've befriended people and become extremely close friends, only to flake on and ghost them without warning, explanation, or any closure. While yes, this is mostly due to rejection-sensitive dysphoria and depression, it weighs heavy on me and is my toughest to face confession, and I am to blame for it too. I often find myself socializing online, mostly in games, sometimes in communities like Twitch. Eventually, I'll grow close to an individual and come dear friends, chatting daily and finding mutual comfort and safety until I eventually stop responding. With any luck, it's slowly diminishing contact, but it's usually cold turkey. I've stood up 2 separate friends like this while not meeting up internationally. Others simply find their usual messages without a response, never to receive a message from me again. I've earned the trust of these lovely people only to always eventually break it. It's not on purpose, and I pay the price to undo this curse. Therapy is helping, but I should be better. If not for me, at least for them. I've seen this cycle repeat itself many times, and none of them deserve to be treated like this. That's my confession. Well, I'm very happy to hear that you are going to therapy for something like this, and you understand like the problem, like, you know, that's at hand. And I can only hope that you get better. I would say that this one is like a, you know, are you doing okay with this? And I hope that it does get better. So I'll just put this one as RSD right now. But yeah, it's very good. Sometimes just get that off your chest. Bless me. It's good that you're going to therapy, and hopefully you can be better with it in the future. That's all you can hope for. Thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you. You guys are sweet. I appreciate it. All right, that one is an "Are you okay?" one. Sorry if you couldn't see it. I put that right here. Are you okay? Is my TDS not working anymore? What the hell? Did BeaconsBot close? Why is my TDS not working? Wait, chat, someone tried. Why's my TDS not working? Oh. There we go. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, now it should work. Thank you for the 100 bits, Frosty. Thank you. Okay. Next one. I once stole a Nintendo eShop card when I was 16. I genuinely think there's nobody more stupid than me. Oh my gosh. Another thieving one. To the timeout. This. Oh no. Another thief. You guys are full of it. You guys are You guys are thieves. I don't think you can even use an eShop card unless you get it activated at the register, right? That's how that works. So that one's, I mean, that one's not completely egregious, and it seems like it was just one. So that's a slap on the wrist for you, but like, naughty. Don't steal stuff. Don't steal stuff. It doesn't work because they have to be activated. Yeah, so that's a slap on the wrist for you. Klepto chat. I think I'm gonna have my editor. Editor, can we get like a klepto chatter counter on this video, please? How many times chat has stolen? That's so. There's a lot more thievery going on here in the Vulpac. Guys can't do that. This is from VDubs. Here, actually, I'm gonna ping my mods one more time. All right. One time, my brother took one of my most expensive football cards, and when I found out, I was mad. So one day, I went into his room when he was away and took a few cards I know he likes. No, bad. I took a few cards I know he likes because he has a habit of stealing my cards. I've been slowly taking more and more cards from him, and he still hasn't noticed. People deserve what they do to other people. Okay, you know what? That's a slap on the wrist for me because stealing is still bad, but you're also trying to teach him a lesson, so... That's a slap on the wrist. Bad. Again, it boils down to being another stealing. People are there's a lot of thieves in the world. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right, that one can go slap on the wrist. That's a slap on the wrist worthy. Ads are playing. All right, we will hang out here. Thievery. No, don't clap for thievery. Naughty. Resting my voice just a little bit. No, don't Grim. What the fuck is that? The new emotes are now live for Twitch Mobile. Oh, that's awesome. Am I allowed to post a confession in the chat? Right now we're done taking confessions just because I don't want to like get to a point where I have too many happening. We'll probably have to wait for the next time to do it. Just because I gave chat like a long time to reply. And I don't want to keep adding on and on. Otherwise we will quite literally never end. So I hope that makes sense. We will quite literally never end. Ah, big shot, big shot. Hope you're enjoying Sorblan. I'm on Endwalker right now. I am enjoying it very much. Is your favorite Pokemon Vulpix? It is. It is very much so, Vulpix. Okay. I am looking at the time, and we got through 85 today. There's 173. Trying to think. Let's do some math here real quick. All right. We'll do like a couple more and then we'll call it because we've gotten through half of them. Like half of them in 3 hours and 20 minutes is really good. Yeah, we've gotten through 85 of them. So we'll do like a couple more. And then we'll call it quits, I think. We will call it quits. Okay. Are the ads done, chat? Yes? Okay, good. All right, this is from Anonymous. When I was younger, around 6 or 7, I found I was around my friend's house and trying to impress his sister. She was like 9 or 10 by showing how strong I was, and my friend was playing with his toys next to me. I picked up my dad's 15-kilogram weights and tried to R-curl them to impress her. I managed to do it once or twice, and as I went to do it a third time, my arm gave out and I dropped the weight square onto the back of my best friend's head as he was playing next to me. He then began to scream like an air raid siren. I had no idea what to do. I did the same before blaming the injury on his sister throwing it at us. It's me and him both faked an injury, and she got grounded for a month. I never told his parents, and him and his sister both forgot about it. I've been had this weighing on my mind for over a decade, and now I think I'm too deep to admit it. Also, hi, Vulpixie. Congrats on 5 years of streaming. Thank you for the, thank you for that. But for that one, you're going to the timeout chair for that one. That's evil. you hurt your friend, and then you blamed it on your sister, and then he like got it on it. So you're both going to the timeout chair. That is into the timeout chair for you. That is naughty. You go into the timeout chair for that one. Think about what you've done. After you sat in the timeout chair, you've been forgiven. After you sat in the timeout chair, you've been forgiven. All right. Add that. Into the timeout chair with you. Oops, I hit the wrong window capture. Oopsie. All right, so there. I put it right here. Into the timeout chair. All right, and this is going to be the last one for tonight. In my middle school, Valentine's Day was usually celebrated with a small activity. Back in 6th grade, one of my classes, the activity was writing letters and giving an envelope to someone else, usually family or a good friend. I made the decision to write to a girl in my class who I had a bit of an interest in. I passed my closed envelope to a different person, and eventually it got to her. When she noticed it was me, she turned to me, I smiled back, and the day went on smoothly. It wasn't until the day after I'd found out that her response was blocking me on Instagram. Oh no. Oh, you can't see it. Oops. Sorry. Well, that's sad. That's like, are you okay? Do you need a hug moment? Sorry. That's just an audiobook moment. I'm sorry, chat, about that. My bad. Look at this is why I don't do this for too long. Valentine's card turns to being blocked. Yeah, that's a are you okay moment. All right, let me get that. Okay. Alrighty, chat. There it is. Are you okay? That is one for the books. I'm gonna stop recording here. Thank you for joining for Chat Confessionals Part 1. Okay. Phew. What a stream. What a stream, what a stream, what a stream. That was interesting. Very, very interesting. Put that there together. And let me come up into the middle here. Hi, chat. How's it going, chat? Hello, chat. What'd you guys think? Was that really fun? Was that fun to be a part of? Was that fun to hear everybody's confessionals? I think that went really good. I think that was really, really fun. I think you guys had a really good time. Also, Sheepy Baby, thank you for the 56 months. 57 months, actually. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I missed the sub. It is Ego Sheepy. Congrats on 5 years, friend Pixie. It's such a long time now, and you're still doing wonderful. Glad to be part of this community, even if all I do is show up from time to time. That's okay. I'm glad I'm still recognized. And for you to make it to 5, half a decade, congrats. Welcome again, Ego/Sheepy out. Yeah, thank you so much for that. All right. Well, chat, that's going to do it for me tonight, but I'm going to be back like... Thank you. Thank you, Coach Mishima. Thank you. Yeah, I will be back. I'll be back early tomorrow morning with naming all Pokemon and then premiere watch along, and then we'll finish the chat confessions. So it'll be a long day tomorrow, and it'll be good. I will make sure to get plenty of rest tonight. But all of the follows, the subs, the bits, the raids, gifted subs, like literally everything that came through tonight, guys. I just really, really appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for just being wonderful and awesome. I saw that I thought this was funny. I thought that this was funny that there's this person I've seen. I want to do a raid. They do like really fun like coding with their chat, but their stream today is the chat becomes the Pope. The chat becomes the Pope is really funny to me. So I want to go and raid them. Let's do some, what should we do? Let's do some Vulpixie licks. Let's go scare their chat a little bit. So everybody go spam Vulpixie licks into this person's chat. Go watch them. They're a really entertaining streamer. I really like how they do things with their chat, and chat interaction is very, very strong. So make sure that you guys go drop them a follow and check their stream out. They're absolutely wonderful. I will see you guys very early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. CST. If you're not in the Discord or anything on YouTube, TikTok, like pretty much everywhere that command didn't work, fuck me in the dick, I guess. There we go. Go follow me everywhere. I post my schedule in Discord too, so go check that out. And yeah, you guys were awesome. Spam the Vulpixie licks. Go, you know, all over in the chat. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Until then, sleep well. Bye-bye. Good night. Thank you for 5 years. Thank you for 5 years, chat. And here's to many more. You guys are awesome. Bye-bye.